Bedford ready to kick it off. Lupo and Callahan deep for BG. Deep, end over end. This is going to drop down to number 32. Callahan gets it to the 20. Goes backwards and falls out of bounds. So
32 is Lupo.
Excuse me. 32 is Lupo. Knocked out of bounds about the 20-yard line where BG will take over.
Long kick there by Bobotis. And that puts the BG back at about the 21-yard line to start this 1st and 10.
So looks like we're going to start off with Lupo in the backfield with De Silva. BG comes out. They're running a spread offense. They're going to go with 2 receiver set, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. De Silva waiting for the snap with Lupo in the backfield. Hand off to Lupo, tries to get over the left side, and he's immediately brought down. No gain.
Picks up a yard right there. A small hole opened up. It closed up right away by Andrew Twite.
Excuse me, that's 22.
Oh, Ryan Boo. B-U-E.
No, Bew, I think it is.
Bew. Thank you.
Yeah. Boo.
Ryan Boo, thank you.
We got Boo.
Boo.
Boo Blue. We'll call him Boo.
Okay, Boo.
We're going to get the right pronunciation. I've heard 2 versions of it.
2nd down. And
back
8.
to pass, fires downfield, deep, single coverage.
That's got to be a flag, no? Yes, there is
a
a flag.
A flag, yeah.
Yeah, contact there on the receiver. What number? 38 is it for Bedford? That is Tyler Spires. Keeping up with the receiver, he had good position. Unfortunately, he bumped into him, took him down, and that's 99 times out of 100. That's a flag. So 15-yard penalty will give BG a 1st down.
When the flag first came out, I don't know what that was. It was some white tissue he threw, and then the yellow flag came
it wasn't
out.
very yellow, was it?
It wasn't very yellow.
I think somebody's flag is a little old and a little faded.
So BG comes out with the same set. They're going to go 2 receiver set, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. De Silva in the backfield with Boo. De Silva waiting for the snap. Handoff and tackled immediately in the backfield. No gain, maybe a loss.
And first one there, 71. Helton Torrey with the tackle. He was the first one to meet the runner in the backfield, Boo, number 22.
So BG going from our left to right. They're in yellow jerseys and their traditional Green Bay helmet. It's a yellow helmet with a green G on it.
Makes me think I'm watching the Pack in action.
And Bedford with their home black. A lot of pink socks out there. Breast cancer awareness, and most of the guys are out there have their pink socks. Great image. Love to see it. Out into the flats, fires. That's number 7, Callahan. Comes up the sideline. He gets the 1st down. Nice quick out on the left-hand side, and there's a flag down, so that doesn't look good.
I was going to say that Callahan really turned on the Jets there and made that play, round to the corner to get the 1st down, but it's going to come back.
Official with the indication, and we do have holding against BG, and that is going to come back. So what was a 1st down pickup for Callahan now is going to turn into a 2nd and long.
We're going to run some scores down for you. Obviously, this game is the last one being played in D1 this weekend. Another game on Saturday that was just wrapped up. Goffstown defeats Nashua South 23-12. Big intercity rivalry, Memorial Central being played today at 1 o'clock. We have yet to get a report on that one. We'll try to get that to you as soon as we can. And then Wyndham Timberlane was the only other game on Saturday. We'll give you the Friday scores in just a moment.
So BG comes out with their 2 receiver set, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. The Silva back fires far side incomplete. That was for number 5, and that's Hisco.
Hisco really, he had the ball in his hands. It actually hit him in the chest. That's something he should really bring in. Kind of a tough play there for Hisco.
Might be early game jitters. I'm sure they'll settle down and straighten that out. It's 10:25 to go in the 1st quarter. No score here in Bedford. BG with the first possession of the game on the 30-yard line, their own 30-yard line. Like I said, going from our left to right. De Silva waiting for the snap. Snap back, ready to pass.
Rushes on.
Fire screen, comes this side, that's caught. Comes up to about the 38-yard line, and that was number 22. Bew or Boo, we're going to figure that out later.
It was a good play call there. The screen, it looked like they let the rushers come in, 24, putting pressure on the quarterback, Bourgeois. But the rest of the defense tightened up and only gave him a couple of yards, and it's now 4th and 10.
Yeah, they didn't get sucked in on that screen. So now it's 4th and 10 from the 37-yard line, and we're going to see what Coach Trish is going to call here. It's like De Silva's back. This could be a quick kick. They're trying to draw Bedford off sides at this point with a hard count. 2 receivers set, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. And now we're going to have a timeout. And
timeout or a delay?
No, it's a timeout.
Timeout, okay.
It's a timeout. So.
It's a curious play right there. I thought they might have let the clock run out and instead of burning a timeout here on the first drive of the game. Let's get you caught up on scores from Friday. It was Dover over Exeter, 28-18 Friday. It is Bew, thank you. Londonderry with a 41-6 win over Spalding. Pinkerton 36-7 over Portsmouth. Salem, bit of an upset, 20-13 over Winnicott. And Nashua North, 47 over Keene, 18.
You think that's an upset, Salem beating Winnicott?
Yes, I do, and I'll tell you why. Because Salem has been decimated with injuries.
Well,
they're a little short-handed.
But they beat Pinkerton a couple weeks back, so Salem's the real deal.
So, and by the way, Keene will be in Keene next week to call the game for you. That's going to be a 1:30 kickoff. Radio only.
Radio
only.
Can't
get the TV guys to come out with me. No. Not even cookies. I can't even offer cookies.
A beautiful ride to Keene. They don't want to go to Keene? Don't understand it. Anyways, Keene's a great area.
And Andrew Hansen is going to be joining me on the color. I'll be calling the game. Andrew will do the color. So make sure everybody tunes in for that.
So BG on a bounce, the kick down and up. Bedford's going to step away from that one. Oh,
that hit the line right at the 38, 37-yard line.
Yeah, that was De Silva who kicked for, he's a quarterback and the punter. So.
And that was a good recovery there by the punter. He picked up a bad snap that bounced on the ground. He was able to pick it up and still get a pretty good kickoff.
So BG had the ball for approximately 2.5 minutes and 1 first down, a couple penalties, and they punted it away. So now Bedford's going to get their first crack at it. 9:27 to go in the first quarter. And Bedford comes out with their spread offense. 2 receivers set, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan waiting for the snap. Snap back, fires far side. That's caught. That's number 17. That's Donahue, and he tripped and falls maybe for a no gain.
Yeah, it looks like they're not going to advance the ball at all on that play. The BG defense definitely had it sniffed out.
So 2nd down and 10, 9:08 to go in the first quarter. Bedford comes out, 2 receivers set. This time 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Toscano in the backfield, handoff to Toscano coming this way, and he's immediately met by 2 or 3 BG guys. Falls forward for about 3 yards, I would guess, but they sniffed that one out as well.
Yeah, Jacob Schoenfeld met him in the backfield and was able to slow Toscano down and keep him to only about a 3-yard gain there.
8:42 to go, 3rd and 5, balls on the 38-yard line. 2 receivers set now, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan back to pass, and then it's a little delay. Hands off to Toscano, comes up the middle, gets to the 50, into BG territory for a first down. Nice little delay, and Toscano took that right up for about a 6-yard gain for a first down.
But a missed tackle there by BG, an opportunity to put Bedford 3 and out. Making that contact, that first contact count, really is so important. Making keeping the players in check.
So Bedford comes out, this spread offense, man in motion, Sanchez, handoff to Sanchez, far side, gets over to 50, 45, 40, into almost the 36-yard line. Nice pickup. Great
sweep to the right. Sanchez was able to find the seam and take it for 12 yards and take it into BG territory.
That's usually a Mumpini play. You see Sanchez out there, so maybe they're mixing it up a little bit. Bedford comes out, Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Toscano in the backfield with Morgan, Bedford, and that was Sanchez, who just had that nice pickup. Jumped offside, so I'm going to flag that for 5 yards.
We're going to have sun for the next at least 35, 40 minutes here. But right now, the sun is directly in the eyes of the BG defenders, which may be a problem when they're trying to keep an eye on, like on a passing play. Balls in the air, they might not be able to track it. So we'll have to see if that's an effect on the game.
So 7:54, and the clock just started up again. 1st and 15 balls on the 42-yard line in BG territory. Bedford going from our right to left. Through two receiver set, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Morgan in the back, Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan handoff to Toscano right up the middle, and he bowls forward for a nice pickup. I thought he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, and then
pure power right there.
Got probably a 5-yard gain, I would guess.
Toscano imposing his will on the BG front seven right there. They had him tied up at the goal line, but he just bowled his way through and picked up another 4 or 5 yards.
So it's 2nd and 6 now. Morgan waiting for the snap. Looks far side, fires far side. That was almost picked, and that was a nice catch down. I think that's Sanchez who got that one. No, that's number 17. That's Donahue with a nice catch.
And I believe it's Bew who playing cornerback right now. Cut in front of the route, but just a hair too late. Would have been 6 going the other way if he had been able to complete that play.
Ball's on the 17-yard line with 6:57 to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10, Bedford. Morgan, man in motion. Looks like Lagulon, hands off to Lagulon, comes near side, bowls his way in for a nice score. 17-yard touchdown run by Lagulon. It's tough bringing that kid down when he has momentum.
Again, a nice seam opening up to the left. Lagulon just following his blockers all the way to the end zone. And just like that, the Bulldogs are up on their very first possession. They're up 6-0 with the extra point coming up from Maddie Lucantoni.
So we talked about Maddie all year. She's having a great year. She's only missed a couple of these point after and got a 40-yard field goal to her resume this year. Ball is down, kick is up, and it is good. So
that one was a little short. I mean, it made it over, but it didn't have the usual length that Maddie gets.
Yeah. She didn't. Yeah, usually that's about 10 yards beyond that, but little sand wedge there.
I wonder if somebody got a hand on it. Might have slowed it down.
I don't know. I think that was pretty clean. It was just a little different approach. But anyways, that point after was good. Adds 1 to the score. Bedford leads 7-0 with 6:42 to go in the first quarter. And Bedford in their first possession draws first blood.
And a great drive by the Bulldogs. Just a lot of power and some pretty good passing too. One timely pass on the sideline to, was it Sanchez who made that catch?
Yes. The far side? No, it was Donahue on the far side.
Donahue, thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah, set it up. Got it down to the 17, and then Lagulon.
So the Bulldogs adding 7 points to their first quarter scoring. They've scored 79 points in the first quarter so far this season. We do have a final report. Wyndham defeating Timberlane 47-12.
Good for Wyndham. D2 team last year. Now they're up and playing with the big boys. Anyways, back to receive for BG is Callahan. This is going to number 22, Bew. And he goes far side, gets up to almost the 40-yard line.
Great return right there. Again, showing that speed.
So number 22, Bew. Now that we got the pronunciation, sorry for the Bew family for doing that to you. But now that we've got it straightened out, we're good. 6:35 to go in the first quarter. Bedford leading 7-0. BG with their second possession, playing here at Bulldog Stadium on a brisk, cool 50-degree night up here in Bedford, New Hampshire, with some sun on the field. You can see the sunshine coming through. That's going to go away in about 15 minutes, and we'll have the lights on. So De Silva hands off to Bew, and immediately, De Silva is a fake, and then De Silva went and he got tackled.
Little play action, gained a yard on that play.
So they're going to mark that at the. It looks like 2nd down and 9 to go. Ball's on the 41-yard line. De Silva's looking to get the call from the sidelines. You see a lot of that in high school. They're just being yelled in from the sidelines. Bedford runs it in. Just under 6 minutes to go here. The Silver fires in the flats this side. It's number 7, comes up, gets to the 45, 50, gets a little seam, 45. No one touched him. He's going to get all the way into the end zone. That was a great run by Callahan on a little flare pass, and BG comes back with 6. That was a 60-yard pickup. 60-yard TD.
Bedford's defense, I think, was just a little slow getting to the edge. They probably thought they had him bottled up, but Callahan found a second gear and was able to turn on the jets and fire down that sideline, run past all the Bedford defenders. Just like that, we're tied up, and that is the first touchdown given up in 15 quarters.
That's a good point, Harry. And Callahan makes it happen on a 60-yard touchdown pass from De Silva. And BG comes in, number 42. We got that name earlier. Just hit the extra point.
Yeah, that's Patrick Madden.
Madden, that's right. So with 5:45 to go, BG strikes on a little flare pass to Callahan and marches 60 yards up the sideline for
only
a
the
score.
4th scoring play that the Bulldogs have allowed this season. And they do that right here, and they allow the game to get tied up. Finally got a report from Central. They defeat Memorial 43-7 today in that classic crosstown rivalry game.
No surprise.
Although obviously, there was really no question about that. Memorial just isn't at the level that Central is, unfortunately. Real quick, want to congratulate the varsity golf team as they shot a state best total of 298 this past Thursday to capture their 5th straight championship. Congratulations to the entire Bedford varsity golf team. And this weekend they've got the individual title being played at Derryfield Golf Course.
And a little shout out to the girls volleyball team who defeated Salem last night in their homecoming match to go 12-3. That went 4 games before that was decided. It was a great match. So
here's Madden on the kickoff.
Looks like Donahue's going to pick it up, and he's going to go far side 20, 25, 30, 35-yard line, get to the 36 before he goes down.
Kind of a short kick there. Donahue picked it up around the 20-yard line, was able to return it almost 20 yards. Pretty good drive start now from the 38-yard line, 37. They're going to call it 37.
So if you're just tuning in here, folks, it's a surprise 7-7 game with 5:39 to go. BG's hanging in there on their second possession, went 60 yards on a 60-yard touchdown pass to Silva to Callahan to tie it up. Lagulon had scored on a 17-yard run for Bedford's first score. Okay, so anyways, Bedford's back. Man in motion, that's Lagulon. Fake to Lagulon, fires far side. That's wide open Green, and he's got it at the 30, 25, 20, cuts back, and is dragged down from behind by a BG player, and what a pickup that was.
Yeah, Green was able to get behind the defense there, and if that pass had maybe been led just a little more, he might have been able to make it all the way to the end zone.
So huge pickup for Morgan to Green, 5:29. Bedford makes up a chunky yards on that one pass.
I guess they wanted to answer that quick strike by BG with a strike of their own. Little hold up here as Morgan comes back to the sideline here. Not a timeout situation, but he just came back to the coach for clarification.
And he's got plenty of time because they just started the clock, so they got plenty of time to get this play off. Morgan checks it at the line. He's now conferring with his other players because there was a last-minute change. So 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here goes Morgan, far side with the carry. Gets down to maybe the 2-yard line.
Yes, down at the 2. It looked like he had a crease, but it closed up pretty quickly as soon as he made the cut toward the goal line.
So with 5:57 and counting, Bedford's 2nd and 2 on the 2-yard line in the first quarter. Morgan waiting for the snap. Hands off. He keeps it, little fake, and in the end zone, and he's in for a 2-yard scamper for a TD.
Little misdirection there by Morgan, faking the handoff to Toscano and got the BG defense to bite on that fake, and it just went around and waltzed into the end zone. Easy touchdown right there. Bedford answers 13-7 with the extra kick coming up.
So with 4:40 to go, Thomas Morgan with a 2-yard run puts Bedford up 13-7. Matty Lucatoni ready to add to that. And this one is good with a lot more leg than the first one. And Bedford answers the BG score. And now Bedford takes a 14-7 lead with 4:40 to go in the first quarter.
And the Bulldogs answering that 60-yard strike by BG with a long pass to Green that picked up about 50 yards and put them into scoring position. So they weren't about to just let that score go unanswered.
Yeah, I want to say that was closer to 60 yards because that got down to, did that get down to the 10-yard line?
That got down to the 10-yard line, so 53 yards. I guess they were at the 37, so
37,
about a 53 yard strike
53
there.
yards, yeah. So, nice pickup. And Bedford's going to kick it away, and BG's going to get their third whack at it today.
We'll see if they could answer it. You know, BG hasn't played a bad game today. That first possession that they had was cut short by that penalty.
They had 2 first downs.
Right.
One was brought back with a penalty. So, yeah, you're absolutely right.
So they're playing a pretty good game so far. I mean, it's hard to slow down the Bedford offense, but they're making some hay against the defense here. Let's see what they can do now.
So 7-32 back for, that's Lupo back there.
Short kick.
It's a short kick. And they're going to have to pick that up.
That was a lucky...
They were a little lackadaisical.
Oh, I guess the officials are saying that number 15, Dylan... Can't quite make out the number. Or Santramasso, is that how it's pronounced? That he might have made contact with it. He jumped up in the air, and I guess he
definitely made contact. Yeah.
Because they let it go out of bounds. I guess they're fishing for a penalty flag, but the officials are not buying it. They're saying that contact was made and the ball is going to be spotted at the 15-yard line, or 16-yard line.
So BG waiting to get their play in from the sidelines. They're running their spread offense. They're going to have 2 receivers set, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Buse in the background with De Silva. And there's a lot of confusion out there right now. Now they're calling them into huddle, and the officials are getting together.
They're still talking about what happened on that play, I guess.
But I mean, even if the kid, you're talking about the kid that touched it for BG and then went out of bounds?
They just wanted to make sure that contact was made so that it's not a penalty on Bedford. Dylan Santasuso, that's the correct pronunciation, number 15. He was the one who made contact, or at least allegedly made contact, and I believe that's going to stand.
So BG comes out with their third possession, 1st and 10 on their own 16-yard line, going from our left to right. De Silva and Bew. Comes back, looks far side, hits Callahan, and Callahan immediately gets dragged down. And I believe that's Guerin who was all over that one. Nice job by Guerin.
Guerin shed his blocker and was able to cut that play down. That's probably the 3rd or 4th time that BG has tried that pass out to the flat, try to make something happen with a quick out. But like I said, Guerin was able to shed his blocker and shut that play down.
4:16 to go in the first quarter. Bedford leading BG 14-7. Ball is on the 16-yard line. They might have called that an incomplete. 2nd and 10. Bew in the backfield with De Silva. De Silva looks back, looks the same way, tries to fire, tries to run, immediately brought down by 2 or 3 Bedford Bulldogs. And that's going to be for a loss.
Yeah, number 24, Bourgeois
is
that
in
tackle,
there.
among others. I think it looked like a bit of a busted play because
Williams is in there.
De Silva, I don't know if he intended to just make a fake of a pass and take off for a draw. It tended to look a little bit like he was expecting something that wasn't there.
Silver ready for the snap. Comes this way, runs this way, looks to throw downfield, has a guy downfield, fires, and that is going to be knocked down on a nice play by
number 23.
Number 23 for Bedford.
Jack Jones.
Jack Jones comes over and makes a nice block and knocks the ball down.
That was kind of an odd play there. It was a bit of a underthrow by De Silva, and the receiver, I think 32 it was, Lupo, kind of had to stop for the pass, and he looked like he was in perfect position, but Jones came in pretty quickly and was able to knock the ball away at the last second for a 4th down now.
So 21 for Bedford is down to pick up this punt. Let's see what he can do with it at 3:36 to go.
Michael Axton out there for
Axton.
the punt.
And that is De Silva back there waiting for it. Another low snap, picks it up, kicks it away, almost
kick.
blocked, and that takes a little bit of a Bedford bounce, but only gets up to about the 33, 34-yard line of BG, where Bedford's going to take over with 3:24 to go and leading 14-7 here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was not a very good kick. I'm not sure if there were any contact made on that punt, but it's kind of a shank kick that only traveled for about a net 20 yards.
So let's see what Bedford can do in BG territory. Now it looks like the shadows have completely taken over the field, Harry, so there's no sun issues. Bedford comes out with their classic spread. They're going to go a 2-receiver set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Tight end Lagulon, near side. Morgan waiting for the snap. Morgan looks, fires downfield. That's caught. That's number 11 for Green for Bedford. And he immediately gets a beautiful pickup and gets down into near the 10-yard line of BG.
The timing on that play was impeccable. Morgan dropped back and let go, and he hit Green in stride perfectly. He was able to catch the ball and just not even slow down. And that enabled him to gain another 15 yards or so on that play.
So Bedford comes out now with a 2-receiver set, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Toscano in the backfield, hands it to Toscano, goes off tackle, and he's met with a host of BG players and driven back. He may have got a yard on that one.
James Kriegel was one of the tacklers on that play. I have to do a little bit of digging here, but I believe with this victory, the Bulldogs will clinch a playoff spot, if not even clinch the first number 1 seed.
We haven't won yet, Harry, so we've got to wait till the game ends, and we'll
you want me jinxing anything? No, I'm just saying if they won.
If they win, okay. I'll take that. All right, so Morgan waiting for the snap. This is to Toscano, near side, cuts back, sees a seam, jumps over a couple of players, and then immediately is trying to be brought down, and they still can't bring him down. They whistle him down. And he gets inside definitely inside the 10. I'm trying to see where the spot's going to be.
Aiden Suzik, number 58. He was the brick wall that Toscano ran into. I mean, Ryan actually made a great play changing direction, jumping over a blocker, and he was heading for the end zone, but 58 had different thoughts there.
So Sanchez and Green line up to the left. Toscano, Lagulon, Donahue to the right. Sanchez in motion, fake the chance. Sanchez is going to throw it. Now he holds on to it, fires over to Toscano. One-handed catch. And then immediately brought down and hit from behind. That was a pretty heavy hit on Toscano.
Morgan was running for his life right there, and he had to get rid of that ball quickly. And Toscano was not completely ready, but he was able to corral it with just one arm.
Awkward hit, but he got up and he's... So now what they're doing, they're going to bring in Maddie Lucatoni, and she is on the... What's that, on the 6-yard line?
Actually, the 12-yard line. This will be a 22-yard attempt.
So 22-yard attempt for Maddie. She hit a 40 in the Jamboree, so we'll see what she can do. Ball down, kick is up, and it is
perfect.
Good. So Lucatoni with a 22-yard field goal with 1:03 to go. Makes it 17-7.
A little bit of a victory there for the BG defense, keeping the Bulldogs out of the end zone and keeping them within striking distance, only a 10-point lead with 1 minute and 3 left in the first quarter.
So, well, Bedford got some points out of it. I'm sure they wanted more points out of that, but I'm sure Coach Stank is happy with 3 as opposed to none. When you get inside the that close to, what are you, inside the 10?
Yeah. Bedford Athletics would like to thank the Bedford Athletic Booster Club with their generosity, including youth program. They'll be installing new stadium speakers on October 19th. So get ready for surround sound. Well, actually, I'm just making that up. It'll be better.
So
better speakers.
This is one of the one of the people deep for BG is Callahan, and I think that's number 32, Lupo, back there. Can't see it, but it's going to come back, and it is going to go to Callahan, far side, 20. Avoids a block of 25-30, comes this way, 35, misses another block and gets over the, looks like you got over the 40 or close to the 40-yard line. It's a nice run back.
Yeah, Jack Jones tried to push him out of bounds, couldn't quite do it, and Callahan is coming up with a limp there.
He's the kid who caught that 60-yard touchdown pass to put BG on the scoreboard first in the first quarter, so
Still a great return.
They're going to want him back.
Great return right there by Callahan. Puts BG at the 40-yard line.
Now he's taking a knee. They're gonna look at this kid.
Yeah, the injury was a little worse than first expected. Well, let's look at the standings a little bit here. Bedford is 6-0. Next best team is Concord at 4-2. That's in the North Conference. In the West Conference, Nashua North 6-1. The only loss coming to Bedford. Merrimack 5-1. I guess they had a bye this week. So and the next best team in the West is 2-4. So pretty much is sure that Nashua North and Merrimack are going to come out of the West. And it's highly likely that Concord, although Manchester and Goffstown are actually just a game behind, so I guess that's not settled. But at 6-0 with only, after this game, let's assume if they win today, they'll be 7-0. Nobody will be able to catch them, not Concord, not Manchester or Goffstown, which would give the Bulldogs a clinch of the North.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting when the playoffs start. These teams that we haven't seen, the Winniconnets, the Pinkertons, the Londonderry, even
but we won't
Salem,
see them until the final.
Until the final, yeah. All right, so De Silva to Bew gets to the 40 and it's dragged down immediately, so he's going nowhere. That was
Bourgeois. He made the tackle.
So Bourgeois and Twite, the two ends, defensive ends. I know Coach Stank has some stats on these guys in there. I have to get them for the next game. Pretty impressive, the tackles they're making out there and how they're dominating at their defensive end positions.
Very quick,
and they're just racking up the numbers. Two tough kids, two tough, strong defensive ends, and if you can keep those kids home and make those tackles, it's going to be a nightmare in any offense out there. So De Silva looking to get some information, and there's a timeout. Looks like BG's going to take another timeout. And that's going to get them
second.
down. Their second. They're going to have one left before half. And that's going to bring us, it's still 16.7 seconds ago in the first quarter. So we aren't out of the first quarter yet, guys, but the score is Bedford on the winning side, 17-7.
Here's a cause that I'm sure you're very familiar with, the Bedford Volleyball, thanking all those who donated during their Dig Pink Week.
Yep.
And their generosity and the girls' efforts. The program raised over $2,000 to donate to Linda Kaus and to help her fight against cancer. Thanks again to everybody who helped out with the Dig Pink Week.
They raised a ton of money at the dump, and they racked up a lot of cash, and the girls did a nice job raising that money. And every year for the past couple of years, Linda Krause Foundation has been a beneficiary of the Dig Pink nights, and they've done very well.
Is that Krause?
That's Krause.
Okay, they left the R out of here, so I'll make that correction. Thank you very much.
All right, so BG's coming out of their timeout. They're going to send a two-receiver set, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Bew in the backfield with De Silva, and they're still looking over at the sidelines trying to get this play in, but they're ready to go now. De Silva waiting for the snap. Snap comes back. He goes far side, looking to throw. He's being chased, fires far side, and that's going to be overthrown. He's trying to hit number 5 on the sidelines, Hisco, and he was not even close on that one. He was running for his life.
Yeah, and it was kind of he was throwing it in an unnatural position, running and throwing from that side. He really didn't have much of a chance to hit Hisco and just sailed it over his head. So it's going to be 3rd down now and 10 with 10 seconds left to play.
Ball's on the 40, and they're going to need 10 to move the sticks, or Bedford's going to get it back to start the second quarter. Bedford leading 17-7 here at Bulldogs Stadium. Homecoming. Windows are open. It's kind of brisk out there, Harry, and we're inside.
I got the WB&H jacket on, fleece lined.
The Silver fires far side. That's caught. I think that's Bew, number 22, and he's brought down maybe for a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's going to end the first quarter. That was another one of those throws to the flat trying to catch the Bedford defense napping, but no such luck. They were able to swarm Bew and bring him down. And it's going to be 4th and 8 when we come back for the second quarter with the Bulldogs ahead 17-7. Let's give you a quick rundown of scores from last night. Dover over Exeter 28-18. Londonderry over Spalding 41-6. Pinkerton 36. Portsmouth 7. Salem with a 20-13 win over Winnicott. Nashua North improves to 6-1 with a 47-18 win over Keene. Bedford will be at Keene next week. Games that were played today. Crosstown rivals Central and Memorial. Central big 43-7. Goffstown 23-12 over Nashua South. That keeps the Grizzlies in contention for a wild card spot.
I just got an update on that, and I want to correct that, and I apologize. It's actually Linda's Cause.
Linda's Cause.
That we had that, and her name is Linda King.
Thank you.
It's an organization that her sister Michelle McCool has been raising money for, and so we want to apologize to Linda Cause and the McCool family, but great organization. They've raised a ton of money, and looking forward to continuing that cause over the years. So.
Quickly, last score, Wyndham over Timberlane 47-12. Those are all the scores from D1.
All right, so I'm not sure if Beachy's going for it. He's going to drop back and kick it. We don't know. He is going for it. He's firing far side, and that's incomplete.
Sails
not even
over.
Close.
No, that was a little miscommunication there between Hisco and De Silva.
And on a 4th down, do you do that on your own 40, or I guess so.
With the way the season's going, I think the BG coach is just going for broke every time here. I mean, what's one more loss?
Trisciani's mixing it up, so that's good.
Better to keep the Bulldogs on their toes. You never know. But I think that was a mix-up from Hisco. I think he was supposed to carry that route down the field, down the sideline. Instead, he hooked back, and the ball went the other way. So
Bedford is taking over here on the BG 42-yard line, and there is a timeout.
Not sure why.
We're going to find out. Anyways, just heard from Mike Currier, and he's at home watching with his lovely wife, Carol, who was the basketball color girl and camera person, sideline person. So we want to reach out to the Curriers and Carol and Mike Currier for checking in and saying hi. And they're enjoying the broadcast here at Bedford High School, with Bedford leading 17-7 in the first quarter. Excuse me, the second quarter just started, 11:55 to go.
Hey, don't forget, all the games that we broadcast here on BCTV 23 are available on demand. All you have to do is go to youtube.com/BedfordTVNH, and this game and all the others will be available to you. This one might be Monday or so before that's officially up, but pretty much every other game this season is on BCTV NH, Bedford TV NH's YouTube channel.
Morgan waiting for the snap with Toscano in the backfield. Ball comes back. Bedford jumped. They didn't throw a flag. Morgan looks back, fires downfield, and hits Lagulon. We're not sure if that hit the ground. They're going to call it incomplete.
The official said the ball hit the ground. I think that is the correct call. Fake to Toscano did not fool number 50. That's Evan Soares. Came rushing in on Morgan. He had to make a quick throw, and that's probably why it came in a little short there.
So Bedford comes out with a 2 running back set, 2 receiver set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. This time it's hands off, and that, I don't even see the number. It looks like
Lagulon.
It's Lagulon. That's number 7. He gets over the 40, so tough kid to bring down.
Yeah, the front 7 for BG is actually able to contain. Well, they haven't really given up any big chunks of yards on the ground.
No.
So they've been doing their job.
In the air. Yeah.
They've been doing their job quite well.
11:23 to go in the second quarter. Bedford comes out, 2 receivers set, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Just kind of on the backfield. Morgan goes back, looks downfield, fires downfield. That's going to be picked off. That's going to be no one around that one except the BG player. He was trying to hit somebody down the far side, but that was underthrown, and BG picks it off. So
that was
BG's going to get it.
Hisco with the interception right there. Not a very smart throw there by Morgan, although he was under a bit of duress. Number 87, Kyle Baker, beat his blocker and was closing in on him. So a big defensive stop here, another one for BG. I think that's got to give them some confidence here, even though they're trailing by 10 points. They stopped Bedford in the red zone, kept them to a field goal, and now forced a turnover.
So that is the first turnover of the game, I believe, and it was a big one because now they're going to take over on the Bedford 29-yard line, going from our right to left. So
got a penalty call here, motion.
Flags. Looks like motion.
And Alexander Pantelakos acting as a unofficial referee there, waving his hand saying, motion,
yeah,
throw the flag, and the officials obliged. He was correct. So that sets them back 5 yards to the 24-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Cardinals.
So De Silva, again, waiting for the sideline to bring the play in. Bew in the backfield with him. 2 receiver set, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. De Silva fakes the pitch, keeps it, falls forward for makes up maybe 4 or 5 yards on that one.
Gets back the penalty yardage right there, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. He hesitated there, trying to throw the defense off, thinking he was going to pitch it out to Bew, but instead wound up keeping it and gaining 5 yards. I make that 6 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9. 10:40 to go in the second quarter. Bedford leading 17-7 over BG, visiting BG on homecoming weekend here in the Bulldog Stadium. De Silva waiting for the snap. Bew in the backfield. Fakes the pitch, goes upfield, and falls forward for a couple yards.
Same play, only this time Bew was to his left. Faked the pitch, trying to get the Bedford defense to take the bait, but instead he went forward. They didn't bite, and he wound up only gaining about a yard.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 with 10:07 to go till halftime. I'm not sure if they don't get the first down here that they're going to go for it on 4th down, but they might. They did it last time.
Yeah, I think it depends if they get close here. I'm not sure if they're going to go for it on 4th and 8, but maybe 4th and 2. That was a false start there.
That's number 74 on the BG side.
A little eager there. That's Mike Terrazano. Got some happy feet there.
When you have Andrew Twite towering over you, ready to smack you in the side of the head, you got a little happy feet. You want to get a jump on Twite because Twite's such a dominant player out there. So.
And Terrazano knew he screwed up because he was grabbing his face mask in frustration after he got flagged.
So 9:40 to go and counting. Ball is now on the 26-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 13. Bedford, the 2 receiver set, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Bew in the backfield with De Silva. De Silva waiting for the snap. Snap comes back to pass, fires far side. That's caught. Coming looping, I think that's Lupo coming back, and he immediately gets brought down, maybe for a 1-yard gain. That was 32 Lupo for BG.
They got him, actually, he might be a yard loss. 25-yard line is where he ended up.
Yeah.
And again, it was the play to the flat, but Lupo saw that he had nothing in front of him, decided to cut back toward the middle of the field, and Bedford did not give him any room at all. And he winds up losing yard, and it's going to be 4th and 14 from the 25. A punting situation this
Atskin
time.
is back for Bedford. De Silva, we know, is their punter. We think he's still out there ready to kick this thing away. He does. Kicks it away. It goes straight up in the air. Depending on which bounce it is, got to get away from it. And it takes a Bedford player comes up and takes it and runs. That was Axton, who usually you stay away from that, but it was such a high bounce, he grabbed it and fell forward. And I'm pretty sure they're back at the original line of scrimmage that BG was on, the 26.
No, 25 was where they were.
So they're at the 28.
So the net 3 yards, yeah. Whoop-de-doo. You almost could have just went for it. And that's the second really poor kick by De Silva. Maybe that's one of the reasons why Coach Trisciani decided to go for it. he figured that this punting game isn't what it ought to be.
So Bedford with a 2-receiver set, 3 to the right, 1 to the left.
Motion right there. That's going to be a flag. Number
so kind of
75 for Bedford. That's Drew Allard.
Kind of sloppy on both sides of the ball, jumping, being a little skittish.
Yeah, penalties have been a bit of a problem. As dominant as Bedford has been, they have had a few, sloppy penalties here and there.
And 75's coming out, maybe for a little talking to. The coaching staff wants to settle him down and
make them think about it.
Make them think about it. So it's 1st and 15, balls in the 33, 8:26 to go till halftime. Bedford comes out, 2 receivers set, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Toscano on the backfield with Morgan. Morgan back to pass. Looks this way, sets up a little screen. Toscano, and then immediately brought down, but he's going to pick up 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That was actually good coverage by James Kriegel and number 72. I don't have his number on the roster. He's missing from our roster.
Well, 72, hold on. I think that used to be number 44. Who do you have for 44 on the...
Ethan Holt.
So Ethan Holt was the running back. I got this from one of the BG parents. We'll get that in a little bit. Toscano on a delay up the middle, gets to the 30-yard line.
Brought down by a whole host of Cardinals. No gain there.
I think it was Dave Costa, so if I'm wrong, Dave Costa gave me this information. It used to be number 44, and they switched him over to the line and gave him a new number.
Thank you for letting me know.
So thanks to Dave Costa, and hopefully gave me that information right. If not, I'll talk to Dave later. Bedford resident whose son's at BG. Cam. 7:25 to go till halftime. Morgan straight back, plenty of coverage. And this was almost picked off again. Threw into a crowd. That was not a good throw.
No, that was a little bit of a risky throw there by Morgan. Trying to get to 17, Donahue. And he had double coverage there, and the ball bounced up in the air dangerously.
Yeah.
A bit of a hot potato. Luckily, nobody from BG came up with it.
And Bedford is going for this. This is definitely 4-down territory, unless he's going to do a little quick kick. Morgan back. He's trying to draw BG off, and that's not happening. They may call a timeout. Let's see what happens. Morgan waiting for the snap. Snap comes back, and that's what he does. He just does a little kick down, trying to keep it in before it goes into the end zone. But it does. It rolls into the end zone. That's a touchback with 7:11 go, and BG's going to take over.
Only a 9-yard net there, too. So, well,
So we had a 3-yard net on the BG and now a 9-yard net on the Bedford. So our punting plus and minuses aren't good.
Corey Parker stopped by to update us on the individual titles for the Division I golf game. C.J. Ledoux for Bedford came up second in the individuals, and Elliot Wallace, he was 4th place for Bedford. So 2 solid finishes there for Bulldog golfers.
And you talked about them winning the golf championship. I believe it was their 5th straight.
That's right.
That they won. That's a pretty impressive program, the boys golf team. So congratulations to them. We know a few of the players, good kids in that team. Anyways, Bew, handoff, falls forward for 2 or 3 yards.
Finds a nice seam, is able to gain some positive yards there, although the
ball's on the ground. They're indicating if he fumbled, and he did fumble, Bedford's going to take over. So Bew coughs it up on their 22-yard line, 23-yard line.
Bill,
Bedford's going to take over.
Did you catch that? I didn't really see the ball come loose on that play.
I didn't see it either. Did you see it, Bill? He didn't see it. Bill didn't see it either.
Maybe Chris can catch it on the replay. Can you see where the ball came loose? Because it really looked like Bew came down.
Well, we don't have a replay. Let's not let people know.
We
have a delay.
We have a delay feed.
Not a replay. Anyways, so Morgan brings Bedford out. Toscano in the backfield. Morgan waiting for the snap. Comes this way. Looking to throw. Fires downfield. That is caught. That's Donahue. Positive yards. Gets inside the 10-yard line. Donahue with a 1st down pickup with 6:55 to go till halftime.
We just saw the delay feed, and Bew lost the ball when he ran into a Bedford defender, so he came down, but the ball was already out of his hands. So that was definitely a fumble. And now we got 1st and goal here for the Bulldogs.
On the 9-yard line. 2 receivers set, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Toscano on the backfield with Morgan. Lagulon in motion. Hands off to Lagulon far side. Looks for a room to cut up, cuts up, and drags a few BG defenders with him. Gets inside the 5. Maybe he's right on the 5-yard line.
We got an update from college football. UNH trailing Stony Brook 28-7. at the end of 3 quarters there. So not a very good season this year for the Wildcats.
Ball is on the 5-yard line. Same set for Bedford. 2 receiver set, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Toscano on the backfield with Morgan. Morgan waiting for the snap. Fakes, Morgan fakes, and he gets brought down by a host of Bedford. He was a fake to Toscano, and he came this side, and then it was brought down by 4 or 5 BG players.
Yeah, I think the Cardinal defense is starting to wisen up to the fake to Toscano. Several times now they did not bite on that fake.
No gain on that. 5:50 to go till halftime. It's 3rd down and 5 on the 5.
Yeah, it was Jacob Schofield who made that contact with Morgan.
2 receivers set. Now 3 to the left for Bedford. Donahue to the right, lone receiver to the right. Morgan back, looks far side, fires in the middle, and that looks like that's going to be Sanchez.
Number 6 over the middle. But
Sanchez
if you
over the
take
middle.
a quick look on the far side of the field, how open Lagulan was on that play as well. So Morgan was watching Sanchez the whole time, although Lagulan had absolutely nobody open as well. But either way, it's a touchdown.
So Bedford scores again. 5:35 to go till halftime. Luca Toni out, attempting to add one more to a 23-7 lead. Snap, ball down, kick is up, and it is good with plenty of leg, and Luca Toni puts one on the board, and Bedford adds to the score, leading 24-7 with 5:34 to go till halftime. So Sanchez, 5-yard TD pass from Morgan. Bedford up 24-7. So it's really now looking like Bedford is in control. Usually they're in control by halftime. I'm not saying this is over, but
they've been slowly building their lead up, and as much as BG is really putting up a pretty good defensive fight, they can't hold it together for the entire game, and Bedford's just too strong. It's going to chip away at you, wear you down, and keep adding to their lead. So an opportunity there to maybe keep Bedford to 3 points turns into a touchdown instead, and a lead of 24-17.
Callahan, Lupo deep for BG. Bedford ready to kick this thing off. Ball comes off the tee, so they're going to try that one more time.
If I can jump in real quick for Legal ID, WB&H Bedford, 105.1 FM.
We've been slacking on that, Harry, and you're the main guy at the radio station. I figured you'd get a few more station IDs in, but thank you for that. Yeah, exactly. Kick is away. It's not a deep kick. Gets to about the 25. Ball's on the ground. Let's see who's got it. BG is going to fall on it.
And once again, that pooch kick fools the other team. Coach Stanks likes to pull that one out of his hat every once in a while.
And we got a couple. I think we got at least one, maybe 2 this year.
Yeah, I think there are 2 of them have been recovered possessions. And at the very least, it causes some turmoil for the other team. Number 7 there. That was Brendan Callahan. He had that went right through the wickets. Yeah. He tried to pick it up off the ground. The ball just skipped right through his legs, and he had to go back and recover it. And he's luckily able to keep possession, but not with very good field position. They're at the 20.
So De Silva waiting to get the call in. Looks like he does. Joined by Bew in the backfield. Handoff to Bew, cuts in the middle, and goes nowhere. Stop, maybe for a 1-yard gain.
Don't forget that Bedford Athletics likes to thank BCTV and WB&H LP for their generous coverage of all Bedford football games. If you can't make it to the game, you can watch or listen live on stream on our website or watch it on demand later on YouTube.
So BG with just about 5 minutes to go till halftime. Callahan in motion. De Silva keeps it, and he wanted to pitch, but he couldn't because 4 or 5 Bedford kids grabbed him and tossed him to the ground.
Yeah, so. he had Callahan there as a pitch option, which probably would not have been helpful anyway because he had a wall of Bulldogs in front of him. He had nowhere to go, so he held on to it and winds up losing a yard there. It'll be 3rd and 11.
So we're going to have a little trivia contest, and the winner's going to get a BCTV mug. We're going to announce that just before halftime, and this is in conjunction with the BCTV Facebook page, so we're going to have people and YouTube channel, but I guess you have to respond on the Facebook page with the answer. I'll have the question in a minute here. De Silva back, looking downfield, fires downfield deep, and it's a hit going broken up at the last minute. Nice job, Bedford defender there. Broke that one up, 38.
Tyler Spires got his hand up, and it was a really well-thrown ball, right on the money, but Spires was in the perfect position to put his hand up, not even making any contact with the BG receiver, just knocked the ball away. Like Dikembe Mutombo. No.
Harry pulls the name out of his head. I love that. Mutombo. He was a dominant player.
Well, those insurance commercials or whatever kind of reminded me of them.
Yeah, you got around the hoop with him, and he swatted it away, and he gave you that finger. That's right. No.
But that was kind of it looked kind of Mutombo like there. Played by Spires.
So looks like De Silva's going to be back to punt. And he is. Punt is away. It's an end over end. It's going to take a BG roll. Bedford's going to get away with it. But, there was a push from the back, and there's a flag. I'll tell you, that was a dumb, unnecessary penalty. And when Coach Stank looks at this film later on, he's going to say to this kid, dumb move.
Yeah.
At the end, there was no reason for it. It's not going to affect possession. Bedford's going to just be tacked on with could be a 10-yard penalty?
Block in the back is a 10-yard penalty, I believe. So, yeah, that's going to put them back in their own end. They could have had it at the 48-yard line. And, again, this is probably the only Achilles that I've seen with the Bulldogs this year is the tendency to take kind of a bad penalty every once in a while.
Yeah.
And like I said, that one was not needed, and it's going to cost them. But I was also going to talk about the punting game for BG. It's just not very good. I mean, I don't want to harp on a student athlete, but that kick, it was effective only that it was a line drive and managed and got a good roll going in the other way. And with the penalty tacked on here, it puts Bedford back into their own end at the 37-yard line.
So single receiver Green on the far side, 2 receiver set, 1 to the left, 3 to the right. Morgan in the backfield with Toscano. Morgan straight back. Plenty of protection down the middle, looking for Green. That's Toscano. Nice pickup. Gets inside the 10, 5, and finally they dragged him. They stopped him at the 1-yard line. I thought he got in, but that was a beautiful pass, Morgan to Toscano.
I think he did get in myself, although we don't have the benefit of replay here. So penalty, field position, hold my drink. Morgan to Toscano, all the way to the goal line.
Clock is running with 3:44 to go till halftime. 2 receivers set, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Toscano in the backfield, hands to Toscano. Why not? Let's give him the touchdown after that great catch and run. Toscano, 1-yard run with 3:33 to go till halftime. Bedford adds to the score.
Yeah, I think that was nice of them to give Toscano the chance to get the touchdown that I think he scored on the first try on that long pass. But instead of a touchdown pass from Morgan, it'll be a 1-yard run in for Toscano.
Luca Toni out to add to that.
He
Snap, ball down, kick is up, plenty of leg, and it is good. So Madison Luca Toni adds 1 more, and Bedford leads BG with 2 quick scores here before halftime, 31-7.
Chris Gentry was just pointing out to me on the delay TV feed. It was pretty obvious that Toscano made it into the end zone on that throw, but the officials chasing from behind probably didn't have the best view, called him down on the goal line. But it doesn't matter. They got the touchdown, and they're up by 31-7.
So we're getting close to running time. It's not even halftime, Harry.
No, I know. That's right. And 1 more touchdown, and we will be there. Let me take a quick moment to thank the Bedford Athletic Boosters and their thanks to the Bedford boys soccer program volunteering their time this evening to work the concession stand, and congratulating them on their sweep of Salem today. Both the JV and the varsity were winners. The Booster Club encourages all Bedford families to consider joining the Booster Club. Get involved. Find out more at bbabc.net.
Kick is away. BG has it over the 35 to the 36-yard line. And that was number 32 for for BG, which is Lupo. So BG's going to get it. Still plenty of time to go till half. It's 3:28. Could be another possession for Bedford if BG can't get this these sticks moving. Haven't been successful the past couple of times.
Man, we're in twilight right now. Sun is down. Sky's a little bit lit. Temperature's dropping.
Temperature is dropping. I can feel it in the booth. It's not 50 degrees anymore.
I'm not seeing my breath quite yet, but I'm sure that's only, you know, by the second half we will.
We'll get a temperature update for our fans down in the south listening. A little cool up here in New Hampshire. Hand off to Bew. Doesn't look like he gets anywhere. Bedford gobbled him up.
Clock ticking away, 3:18, 3:17.
So Bill Jennings tells me the BCTV mug is a beautiful mug, and the winner of our trivia contest, who goes on our Facebook page, BCTV Facebook page, and gives the correct answer, will be awarded that. We'll announce the winners next week, and then next week we'll have a another trivia question. So De Silva, ready for the snap, back to throw, looks this way, fires, it's tipped, and then caught, dragged in by Hisco. That could have gone. That could have been a disaster, because that tip could have gone into Bedford.
That was a dangerous play. Every time the ball gets tipped up in the air, it's basically a rebound waiting for either team to pick up on.
And he fell forward for a couple-yard gain, Hisco, and clock is ticking. Just under 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go till halftime. BG out with their traditional spread offense. 2 receivers set, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Bew in the backfield with De Silva. De Silva waiting for the snap. Goes far side, holds on to the ball, looks downfield, fires downfield. That is caught, and that is picked. That's number
87.
That's 87. So that's going to be
Baker
for BG, and they move the sticks. So
first down in quite a while here.
Yeah, we talked about that. If they didn't move the sticks, Bedford would get a chance to take another shot at the end zone. But it looks like BG's coming to life here in just before halftime.
And they're on the 49-yard line in Bedford territory.
So De Silva with Bew in the backfield. Checks the sidelines again. De Silva fakes the Bew, fires far side, back to, looks like that's Baker again.
Short pass out to the flat, good for about 3 yards right there.
135 and counting.
Any positive direction for BG is a good thing right now. Keep the sticks moving forward.
BG gets their play. Bew moves next to De Silva. De Silva looks back, looks the pass, fires downfield, fires it downfield, and that's overthrown. Not even close to, got a number on that one? Can't even see it.
I was watching Andrew Twite getting held as he was going around the corner there. I think BG's offensive lineman got away with one there. But if he hadn't, I think De Silva would have been clobbered.
Talked about Twite earlier. He's a force on the defensive end. His family is down in the Atlanta area. Always welcome our fans down south, the Peachtree State, watching and listening on BCTV and streaming live. And if you're on the radio locally, WBNH-LP Bedford 105.1.
And we also stream too.
Oh, and that's streaming too. Sorry about that, Harry.
Don't sell us short.
Don't want to take that technology away from you. De Silva downfield fires and again overthrows.
Yeah, he got hit, got crunched there just as he was letting the ball go, which ruined his trajectory. It was intended for number 22, Ryan Bew, but sailed over his head, and now we've got 4th down and 7 with a minute to go, minute and 8.
So I know the fans are waiting for this trivia question. They're on their edge of their seat. And
should we ask a station radio trivia question too and give away a radio mug maybe later on?
That's next week.
Oh, well.
One a week. You can't get too technical here. Jennings doesn't have all these mugs. He's got a short budget on mugs, and this will be a.
He's a mug hoarder.
It will be a keeper. De Silva back again, fires downfield, and that's going to be caught because he came back and stopped and got the ball. The Bedford Vets going in for a touchdown. Wow, 47-yard TD strike because the receiver stopped and he adjusted, and the Bedford defender did not. So 47-yard TD strike.
To Callahan, I believe.
That was Callahan. So
Actually, what was that, Josh?
With one
That was number 6, right? Number 6, Larson. Thank you for the
Larson
correction.
for BG, 47-yard touchdown strike. De Silva to Larson. And if you watch that on replay, Larson made the adjustment, came back on the ball, and the Bedford defender did not. Kickers up, and it's no good for BG. So Bedford defender makes the adjustment, comes back, makes the catch, goes into the end zone. Nice job. It's almost like a highlight film when you want to talk about receivers and making their adjustment, and that's what Larson did, and he got 6 points out of it.
And that resulted kind of in a, from a short throw by De Silva. Larson was able to adjust to the throw, while I believe it was Sanchez on defending for Bedford was he's paying attention to the receiver, he's not watching the throw. So Larson has the advantage to adjust, makes the catch. The Sanchez, his momentum is taking him away from him, and then Larson is able to regain his footing and go right into the end zone. So another first. I believe this is trying to decide if this is the first time all season that they've given up 2 scores in definitely 2 scores and a half, or maybe 2 scores in a game. But it doesn't change the fact that the Bulldogs are still way out ahead, 31-13, with a minute left to play here in the first quarter. But, if you're Coach Tertiani, you've got to feel pretty good. Your team is giving more of a game than most teams have given Bedford this year so far.
No question. Matter of fact, they've scored in another consecutive quarter that's not a shutout.
That's right.
So now they've scored in both the first and the second quarter. So.
And a good return right there by Ryan Donahue, getting the ball all the way up to the Bedford 45-yard line. So Bedford, with 52.8 seconds to work with, might have a chance to add some more points in this half as well. BG does not want to go into run time. Not now.
So Bedford breaks, 52 seconds to go till halftime. 2 receivers set, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Morgan with Toscano in the backfield. Morgan back, looks to throw, fakes this way, plenty of room, fires downfield, and he's throwing that into a crowd, and that's picked off. So, Morgan checked one side, went far side, threw it downfield, and that looks like that was Hisco.
Hisco with his second interception of the game.
Interception.
He was in perfect position to defend that pass.
He was the only guy that could catch that pass.
Right.
He did.
It was too far out in front for the Bedford receiver. I didn't catch who that was intended for. But Hisco was in a better position to move forward and make the play. And they take the ball away. They're back on their 9-yard line, so they're not exactly in scoring threat here, but you got to feel good. They're definitely keeping this Bedford Bulldog offense in check somewhat. We're waiting for the ball to be set.
Yeah, well, BG's looking for the play to come in from the sidelines, so De Silva's always looking over there.
Another long pass, perhaps, with 43 seconds to play here.
De Silva back, gets under pressure, goes far side, keeps the ball, gets over to the 20.
Oh,
and he took
what a hit.
shot.
Oh.
He should have went out of bounds, and he didn't, and he took a shot. Wow.
That was 59 laying the lick on him. And, if this were the NFL, Alexander Pandalakos right there, if this were the NFL, that would be a flag and possibly an ejection.
Well, I don't want to go down that road because that was a clean hit.
He kind of
Harry, listen.
Helmet contact, though.
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that. I listen. The quarterback's always taught, get out of bounds, save yourself. He tried to get a couple of extra yards,
he was a
and
hero
he was
there.
met face on by a real tough Bedford defender.
Well, let's take a look here. We're gonna see the delay.
And he went down.
Feed here. We'll see what happens here. So he's running.
He led
with the helmet. He could have aimed a little lower. But yeah, you're right. Maybe he thought that he was going to slide, but.
So there.
De Silva is out, still on the ground, and he's not moving.
Well, I saw some movement. I don't want to say he's not moving.
Yeah, I just saw.
The trainers are out there, and what they're going to do, they're going to err on the side of caution. If they think he needs to be seen by medical personnel, they're going to do all the right things. They're going to keep him down. They're not going to make him move. They're going to make sure he's all set before they attempt any movement on this player, and he's being attended to. So
Coach Trisciani was lobbying to the officials why there wasn't a flag on that play. Or what, was there a flag? Is there a flag? They're going to call a roughing play, okay. Or at least helmet-to-helmet contact.
Oh, there is a flag, but way back, not anywhere near the play.
Maybe they're going to call holding on BG. That's where it would normally be called.
So we're going to just try and get get more information to everybody as we get it. But right now they're attending to De Silva, quarterback, who took a hit on the sideline, and he's down, and the medical personnel trainers are out there. They're hovering over this kid, and they're paying attention to him as they should.
Why don't we take a moment here to give a quick update on scores around Division I. These are games from Friday night. Dover defeated Exeter 28-18. Londonderry over Spalding on the road 41-6. Pinkerton also on the road in Portsmouth. They win 36-7. Salem playing at Winnacunnet. They come away with a victory 28-13. Nashua North 47 to Keens 18. That improves Nashua North to 6-1. Games played today. Manchester Central over Memorial 43-7. Goffstown 23 over Nashua South with their 12 points. And 47-12 Wyndham over Timberlane. Those are all the scores we have from Division I. We have some results too from the individual golf title today, Division I.
Hey, Harry, hold on one second. They got De Silva sitting up. He's moving his legs. They got his helmet off. So if anybody's listening on the radio, I just want to get the first one to announce that he is sitting up. He's moving. Any of those bad ideas we have when you see a hit like that usually is, at this point.
And the fact they took his helmet off suggests that they weren't worried about a neck injury there. So that's a good thing.
So we're glad to see that. And I just wanted to let everyone know out there that he's up. He got his bell rung for sure.
His day's probably done.
His day, I would say his day is done. And if I was, anybody on that staff over there, if you take a shot like that, concussion protocol kicks in. He's got to go through that. He's got to pass that. And if he doesn't pass that, he's done for the day. And sit down and get better, because it's not worth coming back into the game after taking a shot.
Who do they have warming up on the sideline there? Number 11 is playing catch.
Moses. Talked about him earlier in the game that Moses might see some action, and
De Silva is up.
De Silva's up. They're helping him off the field. They're definitely going to give him concussion protocol, but it's good to see him up on his own power and moving. That says everything.
Well, let me finish real quick what I was saying. In the Division I boys golf individual finals today, C.J. Ledoux finished second, and Elliot Wallace with a fourth place finish. Those are the two Bedford individual finishers this year.
Nice job, guys.
And of course the team title, fifth one in a row for the Bulldogs.
Fifth straight. Boys tennis.
Yeah, another
boys
sport,
golf.
Another sport dynasty here at Bedford High School, along with the tennis team. I know it's not their season, but they've got a great run going there.
Well, it's not their season, and it's the boys and the girls. So it is a penalty against BG. Bill Jennings just brought that up, but talk about that. Was that holding, Bill?
It was. I got to say, it's a little surprising they didn't throw the flag there. Whether it was intentional or not, that kind of helmet contact. I mean, you would think that there would be a flag.
Yeah, Well, then maybe they'll review that at the end of the year. They'll use it as a film for training and make a decision whether that is a penalty or not. I err on the side of caution. I tell my quarterbacks, get out of bounds. Don't take hits like that. It's not worth it. Live to play another game, another down.
He had the first down. He could have just stepped out of bounds and avoided the hit.
Yeah.
And maybe drew a penalty there, although it probably would have been offsetting because they would have called the holding call there.
So we did see number 11, Moses, warming up. Let's see if he's in there, though, Harry. I'm trying to get a beat on the quarterback. BG does come out. They're waiting for their play from the sideline. They're on the, looks like the 3-yard line. It's 1st and 19 to go. And that is Moses, takes it, runs far side. It's a quarterback keep. He gets out of bounds and makes up a few yards, but clock stops with 32 seconds to go till halftime.
It'll be 2nd and 11 on that play.
So Moses, let's see about Mr. Moses. What do we got for stats on Mr. Moses, number 11? Hayden Moses, 5'8", 158 junior, in on the field right now, running the BG offense.
Waiting for the play to come in here.
So they're ready to go.
Stay tuned at halftime. We're going to have the Bedford band performing for you.
Hand off to Bew, and he gets wrapped up immediately for maybe a yard gain, and that's probably going to bring us to halftime, although somebody called timeout. Bedford called timeout.
Interesting.
Huh. Interesting.
Trying to drag this out a little bit. See if they get another possession back.
I'm not, they did it at the end of the Nashua South game, and I wasn't too happy with that. Running time, second team's in. They, instead of taking a knee, I know myself and Tom King brought this up. They ran a play and punched it in the end zone. Now, again, these are probably the JV kids out there, and JV kids get excited, but the coaching staff has to know when to take a knee and let the clock run out. And if Coach Stank is trying to get some more points before halftime, leading 31-13, that's why he's down there and we're up here.
Exactly. Bedford Volleyball would like to thank everyone who donated to the Dig Pink Week, raising over $2,000 for Linda's cause to help the fight against cancer. Thank you again for everybody's generosity there.
Good kids, good group. We actually broadcast a game last night. Myself, Kerry McCool, and Dan Adams. We got a chance to interview Coach Anna McGann and the 4 captains and the 13 girls, the 10 seniors, junior, and 2 freshmen. Quite a program. 12-5 turnaround from last year. They're going to be fun to watch. They got 2 or 3 games left in their schedule before the volleyball team goes into the playoffs, and they'll be heading to the playoffs. I think it's their 3rd straight year in the playoffs. Good group of kids. 25 seconds to go till halftime. 3rd and 10. Moses waiting for the snap. Snap comes back, looks far side, looks downfield, hits number 5, bobbles, drags it back in. That's Hisco for a first down. Nice play by Moses, and particularly Hisco with his, keeping his eye on the ball and bobbling around and bringing it in for first down and moving the sticks.
That was a pretty accurate throw for a quarterback to make who just got into the game.
Yeah.
Dropped it right, surrounded by Bedford receivers, or Bedford defenders, I should say.
Moses back to pass, throws this side. That's incomplete. 7 seconds to go, so they'll get one more play.
That was intended for Callahan, a little too far. One last play here with 2nd and 10.
So 7 seconds to go before we get into halftime. Bedford leading 31-13 over visiting BG. Homecoming weekend here at Bulldogs Stadium and at the high school.
Getting the play from the sidelines. This should be the final play of the half.
2 receivers set, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Moses ready for the snap. Bew in the backfield. Making an adjustment. Taking a lot of time. I don't want to get a delay here, so looks like they're ready to go. Moses gets a snap, far side, runs, fires downfield, caught, goes out of bounds with 3 seconds to go.
That's a completion to Baker at the 45-yard line.
First down and moves the sticks. So this is all positive for BG. They've moved the sticks twice now in this drive, and a little bit of spark. Like to see that, in particular after De Silva, their quarterback, went out with an injury.
Well, we're going to find out what kind of an arm Moses has here, because all they can really do is the Hail Mary. They are 54 yards from their end zone. And
Bedford's going into what we call the prevent defense, and we know that prevents nothing. But they're going to try it.
So a Hail Mary trier, we think. by the Cardinals. They got 4 receivers out there, one back to block.
They don't have a lot of time. That defensive front for Bedford, and you got those guys charging after Moses. Moses goes back. Quick strike this time, and that's picked off. So that's Guertin with the interception. He falls forward into BG territory, and that's going to bring us to halftime. So halftime score, Bedford 31-13 leading. Bedford will be receiving the ball, starting the second half. Again, leading 31-13. You're here at Bedford Bulldogs Stadium. I'm Mike Robinson doing play-by-play along with Harry Kozlowski. Chris Gentry, the engineer on site. Bill Jennings on camera. Brought to you by, streamed live at BCTV Channel 23 and WBNH LP Bedford 105.1 Radio. And thanks for the people in Nashville for taking our feed as well. So we're ready to kick this thing off.
Let's hope everybody's enjoying it. Get ready for second half football.
So BG kicks it away, squibbed, it's on the ground. Bedford picks it up, gets to the 25-yard line, 30, 35,
Mike Axton
40.
with it. He's going to go.
Half, 40, 30, no one around him, 20. He's going to sail right into the end zone. I look backfield always for a flag. No flags.
And there's this cheering you hear in the background. That's his dad. Happens to be in the press box there. Proud papa. Mike Axton carrying it, I'm going to say
probably
85 yards. I think he picked it up at the 15-yard. It was a squibber. He lost it between his legs, was able to pick it up, found a seam, and he just turned on the jets. Mike Axton with the speed, and just like that, it's 37-13 with the extra point on the way.
So Luca Toni back trying to add that. Waiting for the snap, the hold, and the kick, and all three of those happen. High snap. Kick is up, and it is good. So
way to adjust to that.
Luca Toni adds a point, and Bedford takes a 38-13 lead. And again, in NHIAA football rules, if they're up by more than 35, it will be running clock. We are not there yet.
No, we are at 25, I believe, right?
But we will have... we'll see what happens as the second half rolls on. But quick score for Bedford on the kickoff return. Beautiful kickoff return.
We're going to call that an 85-yard kickoff return from Mike Axton.
Alrighty. So,
38-13 is the score, and they're getting back out there to kick it off to the Cardinals.
So Bedford will be kicking it, and the Cardinals looks like number 7 and number 22, so Callahan and Bew.
Correct.
It's back there.
And Bobotis is going to kick the ball off here. We'll see if he drives it down or kicks a pooch.
Kick is away. It's end over end, and it's going to be fielded by Bedford. BG far side comes up to the 40-yard line and brought out of bounds where BG will take over.
Trying to get a number right there. I believe that was Callahan with the return. He gets it all the way up to the 40-yard line, maybe 39. Decent drive start for the Cardinals. And now Moses is going to lead the Cardinals offense attack here. Hayden Moses in for starting quarterback Joey DeSilva, who got injured late in that second half.
Moses did a nice job ending that first half, moved the sticks a couple times. So this kid's not afraid to put it on the ground or put it in the air. So let's see what Coach Trisciani and the BG Cardinals have in store as the second half gets underway with their first possession. Bedford's first possession was a kickoff return.
4 receivers out there, 3 on the right, 1 to the left, 1 back.
Moses back with the snap. Thought he was going to pitch it, held on to it, got maybe to the line of scrimmage, maybe one, and a flag comes down.
Interesting. I wonder what they're going to call there. It's a face mask.
Face mask against Bedford. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
So Bedford is going to be, that's going to be a 10-yard and going to be first down for BG at midfield.
It was hard to see what happened because Hayden Moses disappeared into the scrum right there, but the officials said that somebody got a hand up in his grill, and that is a no-no. That's 15 yards.
Actually, that's a correction. It is 15 yards. That's going to get it into Bedford territory. Ball's going to be at the 44-yard line of Bedford. BG will come out. Again, waiting for the play to come in from the sidelines. 2 receivers set, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Moses in the backfield with Bew. In motion, Callahan, hand off to Callahan, cuts up, gets a few yards, and then gets met by Lagulon, who wisely gives up the tackle when the whistle blew. So.
Yep, and it only gives up a yard on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 9 at the 43.
1:10 to go in the third quarter. Bedford leading 38-13.
11-10, I think you mean.
11-10, yeah, sorry.
I'll say time really flies, but not that fast.
We want it to fly.
Yeah, it's cold.
Again, so Moses ready for the snap. Looks like Callahan. Fake to Callahan. Moses takes it, and he's immediately gobbled for maybe a 1-yard gain, maybe.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That was the same play they tried there with Callahan on the sweep, but the defense did not bite. They were waiting for Moses as he came up the middle and gave up only a yard there. So now 3rd and 8 at the 43-yard line with 10:27 to play in the third.
Moses calls the play to receive a set, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Bew in the backfield with Moses. Thought they jumped, looks far side. That was almost picked off. That would have been pay dirt, and that was
that was Toscano. He read that play and stepped right in front of that throw to Hisco.
So, Toscano wants that one back. He's going to see that in his dreams tonight. But the clock stops at 10:16 to go till halftime. Bedford Bulldogs with a 38-13 lead over the visiting BG Cardinals.
And they're going to go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to.
No reason not to. No, inside Bedford territory, why not? Back to throw Moses, and no, he gets crushed.
And that's Twite.
That's Andrew Twite coming off the far defensive end and just crushes Moses, and Bedford will take over.
Yeah, loss of about 4 or 5 yards there. They're going to call it the 47-yard line.
We talked about Twite in from the defensive end, Bourgeois, the other defensive end. I know Coach Stank had some numbers. We're going to get some numbers on their tackles this year so far. They've been dominating the teams they've played in such an important position, defensive end.
49-yard line, the Bedford 49 is where the drive starts. At 1st and 10, 9:48 to play. Bedford with the ball.
2 receiver set, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan waiting for the snap. Snap comes back. Hands off to Toscano. Big hole this side, 45-40. Breaks a tackle, 30. No, he got dropped back, and he got tackled from behind by number 32 for BJ Lupo.
That was a touchdown-saving tackle right there because Toscano just found another gear and worked his way through the secondary, and he was on his way to pay dirt.
So 1st and 10, balls on the 24-yard line, 9:40 to go for the third quarter. Bedford comes out, tight end set. Lagulon, 2 receivers set, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Little pitch back to Lagulon, far side, cuts over and gets maybe close to the first down, almost 9, yeah. So
great carry there by Harry Lagulon. Little change of pace there. Everybody expecting Toscano getting the ball.
Sort of like an inside pitch to Harry, far side, went off tackle for a 9-yard gain. 9:07 to go until the third quarter. Bedford comes out this time. 2 receivers set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Morgan waiting for the snap. Toscano in the backfield. Morgan keeps it, adjusts, tries to get forward, falls forward. I think he got enough to move the sticks, and that is enough to move the sticks. So,
yep, first down, gets the ball down to the 11-yard line. Looked like he was going to be trapped behind the line of scrimmage, but he was able to find the seam.
He had a little hesitation in his step until he found the hole he wanted, and then he dove forward. Bedford comes out now with their 2 receivers set, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan back, looks this side, hits Green. What a catch.
He's got a path. Oh, he gets pulled down just shy of the end zone there.
So Green with the catch and almost dragged a BG player into the end zone with him, but he got stopped, so now it's going to be 2nd and 1.
That was a wide receiver screen, similar to the pass out to the flat that BG was running earlier in the game. They found Green on the to the left of Morgan, and he was able to work his way through the secondary, just falling short of the end zone. Although they're measuring now for first down. It could be 1st and goal.
I'm not sure they got it, Harry, but officials think it's close enough, so they're going to bring the sticks out and see what they can what they can get once they get them all set up. Put the pin down and stretch them, and we are going to be, looks like they're going to be short. Oh, no, they really studied that one. They hung over the ball for a long time and then gave Bedford the first down. So it is going to be first and goal. Bedford, 8:18 to go in the third quarter. Bedford knocking on BG's doorstep, looking to add another score. 38-13, Bedford leading. Bedford breaks. Offense comes out. Morgan brings them out. Two receiver set, two to the right, one to the left. Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. Tight end Lagulon. Pitch now to Toscano. Toscano off to the tackle, right in for a score. No one touched him.
No, he had a full head of steam. Even if somebody had touched him, they probably would have got blown over. So second touchdown of the night for Ryan Toscano. Makes the score 44-13. Bulldogs, 2-yard run for Ryan.
So we're getting close to that magic 35-point spread where we can get the clock ticking. We think Chris Gentry just gave us, we're 3 points away. That's good math. That's today's math.
And with the kick.
Kick is up, and that is good. So Matty Lucatoni adds one more. It's 45-13. So Bedford with a score to increase their lead. And now we're going to see what BG can do and answer. They haven't shown much other than what? Anything this half, Harry?
No, just fits and starts, a couple of busted plays, really. Nothing, any sustained, no sustained drives, which of course is really hard to do against this Bedford defense. But, and again, they're working with their backup quarterback here who, like I said, was effective on the last drive in the second quarter, but this time really couldn't get much done.
And he had some spark at the end of the first half, so so we'll see what happens. He's going to get another shot at it as Bedford's going to kick this thing off.
Quick, we have a moment here. Bedford Athletics would like to thank the Bedford Athletic Booster Club with their generosity, including youth programs. They will be installing new stadium speakers here on October 19th.
Kick is away. It's short this time, and it's going to go to the sideline. That's going to draw a flag. So
another pooch attempt there, but instead it goes out of bounds.
So BG has been Bedford's been practicing a lot of that pooch kicking today when you score all these touchdowns, and you can try a few different things. And
well, it's proven to be effective.
It has proven to be effective, and maybe that will come back and help them as the season goes on, or definitely into the playoffs. This is going to be a playoff team. We can't wait to see.
Coach Stank said that it was something that it kind of born out of necessity because he didn't have any kickers who really had a big leg, although Bobotis has been doing a pretty good job when he does put his leg into it. And because he catches some teams flat-footed, they've been trained to pooch those kicks into kind of a pocket where there's nobody covering.
Yeah, no man's zone.
Yeah, and then it often catches teams flat-footed, and at least twice that I can think of, it's resulted in a recovery for the Bulldogs. So it's always worth trying.
Ball is away. This is to Bew. Near side, gets up to the 40-45 midfield into Bedford territory. Nice run back by Bew. Excuse me, that was 32. Lupo. I'm sorry, Lupo had that return.
No, that's 32. You're right, that is Lupo.
Yeah.
So another great drive start for the Cardinals. They're going to be on the 48-yard line of Bedford. 47, actually. They're going to put them all the way up to the 47. So drive starts haven't been a problem for the Cardinals. They've actually had some good field to work with, but haven't been able to turn it into much in the way of scoring.
Also being simulcast for Nashua ETV Channel 99. So once again, I want to thank the people in Nashua for accepting our broadcast and putting up with us for 2 weeks in a row, Harry. What do you think?
Yeah, no, they're going to start.
They're going to get sick of us down there.
Absolutely.
In Nashua.
Like, who are these guys?
Yeah, we're glad to do it. They help us out. We help them out. So anyways, BG quarterback running for his life. Moses gets maybe a yard, maybe two, and goes out of bounds. So
they're going to give him 2 yards on that play. He just aim for the sideline there. Not sure if that was the intended play, but he took it anyway.
Officials now are... Well, BG, once again, spending a little time getting that play.
They keep stepping out of bounds and stopping the clock.
Two receiver set, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Bew in the backfield with Moses. Moses hands off to Bew, and not much. Falls
they're
forward
calling a fumble. Are they going to call it a fumble here?
Let's see. Bedford's
indicating
theirs.
they have the ball, but I think Bew might have been down already.
I think they did. Yeah, they did blow him down. So
that's going to result in a gain of about 3 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 5 now from the 42-yard line of Bedford.
Moving from our left to right, BG trying to make something happen here in the third quarter. 7:15 to go. Waiting for the call in from the sidelines. I'm assuming that's John Trisciani making those calls. 2 receiver set, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Bew in the backfield with Moses, who replaced De Silva. Fakes, fires downfield, and that was an acrobatic catch. And what a great catch by Hisco. Once again, now Hisco, this kid's got great concentration. That's not the first time that's happened. There is a flag. I'm not sure.
For everybody on the radio, let me describe the play. The throw to Hisco was behind him. He had to reach back. He was able to tip the ball up in the air over the Bedford defender and then follow the ball and catch it on the other side and gain another 10 or 20 yards and get the ball all the way down to the 7-yard line. But let's see what the flag is. It's against Bedford?
It's against Bedford, so that's going to get past will stand. And that's like the second or third time Hisco's done that. He's very athletic, and he's got great eye-hand coordination to have that.
Are they calling? Was it a call pass interference?
Pass interference on Bedford,
okay,
yeah.
So it's declined, and the play will stand. Let's watch it. Here's the replay again. Whoa. Number 23 for Bedford. That was Jack Jones. He had that ball lined up. He was ready to take it the other way, but Hisco just tipped it to himself and got the ball 1st and goal.
All right, so BG with a quick switch now.
Oh, actually, they
brought all the receivers in. Moses takes the ball, goes near side, tries to get it into the end zone, and he's stopped.
No gain there. I was going to say that they did enforce the pass interference penalty. It was a half a distance to the goal, so the play was from the 4-yard line. There was a 2-yard gain there by Moses. It'll be 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2, 6:15 to go. So BG tried to do a little trick play here by bringing their other receivers in tight and then trying to get Moses to run off tackle, and he got stopped.
Well, this is an opportunity for BG to hang the most number of points on the Bedford defense.
Yeah, because if they score in this quarter, now it'll be 3 consecutive quarters that somebody has scored on Bedford, which hasn't happened all year.
So they're having, despite losing as much as they are putting their mark on.
Moses, far side, under pressure, throws up a pass, and that is caught. Flag is down. Touchdown signal by the officials, and I think they're going to call Bedford for interference. I'm not sure who got that, but touchdown
87,
BG,
that was Baker on the touchdown
Baker.
Catch.
So with 5:36 to go, they're going to, let's see what the call is here. Official comes on. I'm sure it's against Bedford. It is pass interference, Bedford. That is going to be declined, so that touchdown will count. And BG's on the scoreboard again for 3 consecutive quarters scoring on Bedford. Like I said, it hasn't happened all year, so good for the BG kids. Putting some pressure on the Bedford Bulldog players, even though the score is now 45-19, and it looks like they're going to go for 2.
The most Bedford had given up this year was 7 points. They gave up 7 to Nashua North, 3 to Concord, 7 to Goffstown, and then 3 straight shutouts. So hanging 19 and what could be, I guess they're going to go for 1 year, 20.
Yeah, going for 1, yeah.
Is a record performance here against this Bulldog defense.
Waiting for the snap. Snap comes down, ball's down, whistle blows it dead.
They're going to call motion.
Yeah, that's on Bedford, so.
Oh, is it an offsides play?
Yeah. So they're going to move it up a few, half the distance. So
I'm surprised they blow the whistle. I didn't think that they blow the whistle on offsides, usually just on false starts.
So 5:36 to go. BG looking to add 1. Snap, hold, kick. It is good. So BG adds one more, and the score with 5:36 to go in the third quarter is Bedford 45, BG 20.
And Solomon Sanchez was flying in there trying to get the block.
And
He
I
just
think,
missed it.
Well, I think that's why they threw the flag.
Because he got a little early start last time, yeah.
Got a little jump.
Little eager. But, yeah, I mean, again, 45 to 20 is a lopsided score, but the 20 points given up by Bedford
tells a lot.
Is the most that they've given up all season. It's most combined. I mean, they'd only given up 17 points before this game. So,
and I know,
hats off to the Cardinals for giving them a game here.
And we know Coach Stank is a defensive guy. He played defense in high school, and he played defense at UNH, also as a track guy up there. So when he comes back and he looks at this game, Phil, from a defensive point of view, he'll be happy with what we think is going to be a score in their favor. It's not over yet. But he will not be happy that his defense gave up 20 points against a real scrappy, gutsy BG team who's riding on the backs of the backup quarterback Moses after De Silva went down late in the first half.
These 2 touchdowns came with the backup quarterback. So, and hats off too to Hisco. Some very acrobatic circus catches there. That one that set up this touchdown. So they're going to. Was there a 15-yard penalty after the game? After the extra point, was it an unsportsmanlike call on Bedford?
I didn't see it, Harry, but here they are at the 45-yard line kicking to Bedford, so it should almost be an automatic touchback.
Well, do you try the onside here just because?
Yeah. Let's see. I think they are. And look, and Bedford's in tune to it, so now we got a timeout. Bedford just called a. Looks like Bedford called the timeout because BG was hinting they were going to do an onside kick, and so Coach Stank wisely calls the timeout. Because that would be interesting. BG gets the onside kick and then puts 7 points on the board. Now we're, well, not sure it's a game changer, but it makes you squirm in your seat.
Well, like I said, I mean, again, you have a quarter and a half and 25 points to make up. It's still a very tall order. But you got to believe the Cardinals are feeling a little bit of confidence right now.
Yeah.
Putting points on this Bedford defense, the stingiest defense in Division I.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a 1-5 Cardinal team coming into Bedford facing a 6-0 Bedford team. So this is definitely a moral victory for the BG Bishop Guertin Cardinals. Private, I guess you'd call it a religious Catholic high school in Nashua. Nashua has 3 high schools: Nashua South, Nashua North, and BG. Bishop Guertin.
And a number of Bedford residents do send their kids to BG.
Yeah, there's a few,
So they're almost like a local school.
Well, we know there's some rivalries. In the past, there was a lot more Bedford kids that went. Now, most of the kids are staying home to the Bedford High School, but there's still a few. It looks like they're setting it up and kicks away, and it is a
change of direction
kick that's
and
going nowhere. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's going to be a flag.
Yep. A little trickery there. Look, you hear a few chuckles in the background here. It was the kicker Madden faked the kick, and another player came and kicked the ball, but instead of it going forward 10 yards, it kind of went forward 2 and then rolled back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So that does not work.
Little dipsy-do. It's not a flag, but Bedford will take over on that.
They're going to take the ball at the 45-yard line. So, oh well.
Let's set this up. 5:36 to go in the third quarter.
They probably don't have a lot of opportunities around that
Bedford leading 45-20 and in possession of the ball. Going from our right to left to receive a set. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Toscano on the backfield with Morgan. Morgan back. Plenty of protection. Now under pressure. Now hits Toscano far side at the 40, 45, 50. 45 gets 10 yards on that one.
Yeah,
he ran like 30 yards to get 10.
Toscano held back there as an outlet. I think Morgan wanted to go further downfield. He had lots of time, but decided then to go with the outlet. Toscano, he had plenty of room to get ahead of steam up and was able to gain about 15 yards on the play, and it should be a first down on the.
There's a flag out there, Harry, and I'm not sure what it is, but looks like they're going to mark it off against Bedford. No, that's coming back. We're going to see what the official says on that, but that's coming back. It's holding Bedford, so that 10-yard gain resulted in a 10-yard loss on the penalty. And
well, what they're doing is they're marking it from the spot, which was down the field. So it's going to be a net 2 or 3 yard loss there. So it's going to be first and 12? First and 12.
On the 43, on the Bedford 43.
Right. So it was a penalty that happened downfield.
2 receivers set, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Toscano on the backfield with Morgan. Snap comes back. Morgan drops back. Plenty of protection downfield, wide open, and he just overthrows.
No, that was Donahue.
That was Donahue. He overthrew, and he was wide open. If he had hit him in stride, that would have been 6 for Bedford. But Morgan just overthrew him.
Just past his fingertips. Donahue got past the secondary. He had nothing but empty space between him and the end zone, but that ball just beyond his fingertips.
Clock stops with 5:21 to go in the third quarter. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 12. Ball's on the 43-yard line of Bedford. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Toscano in the backfield. Fake to Toscano downfield. And that was to Lagulon, who, it hit the ground. They're saying it hit the ground, but he came up with it.
He tried to sell it, though.
I want to see what this looks like. That was the play before.
Right.
Let's see what the delay looks like.
Lagulon definitely tried to sell that. He caught the ball.
Which he should.
And we have a flag on the field. Yet another one is going to move Bedford back another few yards. I wonder if it was a hold. Waiting. It was holding. So another 10-yard setback for the Bulldogs.
Watch this one here, Harry, on that on Harry Lagulon's catch on the delay where we don't have a...
It's about a minute. This feed is about a minute.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Behind, so we have to wait for the play to come up. We'll get to see what happened here.
So they just declined that.
Did they?
That holding play.
They want to push them to 3rd and 12
here.
Here
we go. Watch this now. We're watching.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. It looked like he might have had that.
Chris thought he had it, but the official said no, and that's why they're down here and we're up here.
It might have hit the ground. It was a little hard to tell on the replay
3rd
screen.
down and 12. Bedford breaks. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Morgan in the backfield. Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan drops back, fakes one way, comes back this way. He hits Green. Green with positive yards. Did not get to the first down mark, but came close. So maybe a 10-yard pickup.
A little bit of trickery there. Turned out to be a kind of a bubble screen to Green. Now they're going to line up real quick and try to catch BG flat-footed.
So let's see what Bedford's going to do, and BG's comes right up on the line. But I think Bedford's trying to draw him off.
Either that or kick the pooch punt here.
So
they might have just opted into that.
Morgan comes up, waiting for the snap. Snap comes back, fires far side, and that is caught far side. That's on number 17. Looks like Donahue. If that's
Donahue.
Like the number's right for
17. Yes.
17 first down.
So they got out of whatever play they had, and I thought they were going to pooch kick it. Instead, they the quick 2-yard flat out to Donahue moves the sticks, and it's first down.
So Bedford comes out. They've moved the sticks. It's 1st and 10 on the BG 40. 2 receivers set, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan gets a snap, gives it to Toscano, hesitates, goes up the middle, and drags 2 or 3 BG guys with him for about a 5-yard gain.
That's Ryan Toscano with the carry for the Bulldogs. Net by 8.
So Bedford now 4:10 to go. 2nd down and 5. Ball's on the 35-yard line. Now they bring 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Pass out to the outside to number 11, Green, and he gets gobbled up right away.
Yeah,
So
Lupo was waiting for him as soon as the pass was made.
So 3:45 and counting in the third quarter.
No real gain on that play.
3rd and 4. Ball's on the 34-yard line. So we have a timeout.
So the officials are going to call the timeout here. Not sure why exactly.
Yeah, I don't get that timeout, but the officials are taking it. But now they're winding it up, so they're telling Bedford to get over the ball, which they're doing. They come out with a 2-receiver set, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. Ball's on the 34-yard line. Morgan back to pass. Toscano in the flats, hits him, gets to the 35. Gets down inside the 30. First down, move the sticks. Nice pickup by Toscano.
Good first down. I think this time they had Toscano in the flat, but I think the play was going to him the whole time, and he had a nice diagonal lane to the marker and then some, and they moved the sticks down to the 24-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
Once they get the sticks going, they wind the clock, which they do. 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Morgan waiting for the snap. Gets it, far side, throws over to Donahue, and I think that's incomplete.
That was a little bit off there by Morgan. He kind of let it too far for him. It was only going to gain about 5 or 6 yards anyway, so it'll be 2nd and 10 now. 3:02 to play here in the third.
So Bedford trying to add more points here, leading 45-20, a surprising 20 for BG. Coming into Bedford and putting the most points up anybody's done this year against the Bulldogs. So Morgan waiting for the snap. This is Lagulon in motion, hands off to Harry, comes this way, 25-yard line, gets to the 20 and tackled by 2 or 3 Cardinal players.
Winds up gaining about 2 yards. He was running parallel to the line of scrimmage, waiting to see a seam open up, and I guess he didn't see one, so he finally just decided to head north, and he was swallowed up there.
Tough kid to bring down, that's for sure. Harry Lagulon, number 7.
Wind up picking up 4 yards on the play. I corrected.
2:36 to go in the third quarter. Bedford with their 2 receivers set, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Morgan making some adjustments at the line of scrimmage with Toscano in the backfield. Morgan waiting for the snap. Snap comes back under a lot of pressure. Now he turns it up, and he's going to get gobbled up and brought down. So BG with a nice defensive stop on Morgan.
Yeah, Evan Soares leading the Bedford, the BG charge right there, bringing Morgan down for a loss. It's going to be a 3-yard loss back to the 23 and 4th and 9 for the Bulldogs. We'll see what they do here. It might be a little bit out of Luke Antoni's range here at the 23-yard line. That would be a 41-yard attempt.
Well, she hit a 41 at the in the jamboree, but they are going to keep the offense out there, and with 1:46 to go. Morgan, snap, back, looks downfield, flag is down, wide open, and overthrew Donahue.
Yeah,
Donahue was wide open.
Yeah, there was a...
we got holding on Bedford.
Yeah,
so.
Baker had broken through the Bedford blocking. He got held, and I believe that is the call, and they're going to probably decline that and take the result of the play, which is a turnover on downs.
Which is exactly what they did.
Yeah,
You got that down.
I got ESPN.
So
Pardon me.
BG is going to take over on downs on that holding call against Bedford, and they're going to take over on their own 23-yard line. They're going to go from our left to right and try to add more points. And if they get into the fourth quarter and add more points there,
it looks
that'll
like
be the 4th consecutive quarter somebody put points on Bedford this year.
And Bill Jennings switches spots with Chris so we can get in front of the space heater.
I thought he was a tough guy, that Jennings. Didn't he grow up in the Antarctic? Wasn't he an Antarctic guy? Moses with Bew in the backfield. Fake debut. Moses gets it. He gets crushed.
Yeah, I thought Bew got the ball. He probably should have got the ball there because he had a lane, but instead Moses hangs on to it, takes the loss. You know, you're talking about Luke and Tony and their range. I think if it were warmer, they might have given that a try, but you know, with temperatures approaching 40 degrees right now, I don't think Coach Stank wanted to give Luke and Tony a shot at a pretty much a hard frozen ball or near frozen ball.
Minute left to go. 1 minute left to go in the third quarter. BG with the ball on their own 21-yard line. 2nd and 12 to go. Moses waiting for the snap. Snap comes back, comes this way, fires downfield, and overthrows his receiver. That was number 87.
That was Baker.
Which was Baker.
Yeah, Moses, he was just it was kind of a planned roll out there. He wasn't really avoiding the rush. That was planned to go that way, and he just put a little too much on it, led him too far.
3rd and 12 here at Bedford Bulldog Stadium, homecoming weekend.
You're listening to WBNH LP Bedford 105.1.
In simulcast with Nashua.
WBC TV 23 and ETV Nashua, Channel 99.
Nice folks down in the Nashua area, greater Nashua area. So Moses, 2 receiver set, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Back to pass.
Blitz.
Gobbled up. He went down for a loss, so that's going to bring up 4th down and a bunch.
Yeah, that was the blitz there. Very rarely do we see a blitz by the Bulldogs, but they came in from all sides, and Moses had to just get into the, had a turtle.
So with 26 seconds to go, and they haven't whistled it yet. Now they whistled it, so I'm assuming BG will probably just run this thing out and let the 3rd quarter end, which looks like that's what they're doing. With
yeah, there's
Moses
really no wind to speak
sidelines.
of, so there's no advantage either way for kicking.
No, yeah, this is going to end the 3rd quarter, and it's going to bring up the 4th quarter with Bedford leading 45-20 over the visiting BG Cardinals here at Bedford Bulldog Stadium.
Quick update, actually a quick running recap of the scoring here. We began with a 85-yard kickoff return by Michael Axton.
Yes, exciting.
Very. So that was a heck of a way to kick things off. That made it 38-13 Bedford. Then Ryan Toscano with a 2-yard touchdown run at 8:01. That made it 45-13. And then thanks to a very acrobatic catch by Hisco for BG, a 2-yard touchdown pass, Moses to Baker late in the 3rd quarter made the score 45-20, and that's where we stand right now with another quarter to go here in frigid Bedford Stadium. Getting colder and colder by the minute.
It's getting colder and colder. We're making fun of us not having heaters. Now this is a serious problem. I think.
Yes, exactly. That's no laughing matter anymore.
I think we're going to go and maybe broadcast more games down in Nashville because they have heat in their booth.
Even if though the games are here, we'll be
down there calling it.
We'll be in the press box at.
We'll be watching the live video stream and calling it.
Right, exactly. So let's give you a quick recap of Division I scores. Dover 28, Exeter 18, Londonderry 41, Spalding 6, Pinkerton 36, Portsmouth 7, Salem 20, Winnicott 13, Nashua North 47, Keene 18. That was from Friday. We'll give you the Saturday scores in just a moment.
So it looks like BG's back to punt. Back to punt for BG is, I'm trying to get the number, I don't see it, but snap comes back, kick away, that's number 5. That's
Axton is back for Bedford, although it's not going to go near him. It's just going to go out of bounds at the 33-yard line of BG. So Bedford will be in very good field position to start this next drive. Those Saturday scores I promised you, crosstown rivalry, Central Memorial 43-7. The Little Green come away with the victory. Goffstown over Nashua South 23-12. And Wyndham over Timberlane 47-12.
I can't wait to see this Wyndham program. They came up from Division II last year. They're in Division I, and they're making some waves. So.
They're at 4-3, although they're really not in a position to threaten for a playoff. But they're having a pretty good first year at Division I.
So Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan waiting for the snap. Snap comes back. Pitch to Toscano this way. Gets a stiff arm, 35, gets up to the 30 and goes out of bounds just inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's a vicious stiff arm there by Toscano. He just kind of put that BG defender in the ground and gained an extra 5 yards because of it.
Went out of bounds. That stopped the clock. Ball's on the 28-yard line. It's 2nd and 5. It was a 5-yard pickup by Toscano. Bedford comes out with a 2-receiver set, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Tight end Lagulon, far side. Morgan does a little dipsy-do, pitches it back to Lagulon, gets to the 25, and about 6 or 7 BG guys finally wrestle him outside. So
that was an interesting little play. That was a little misdirection on the part of Morgan. He took off for his left, but as he did that, he just kind of flipped the ball in the air. Lagulon, heading the other way, picked it up and didn't quite get the first down there. About a yard short.
About a yard short. So it's, well, yeah, it is exactly a yard short, they're saying. So it's, so Sanchez and Green set up to the left. Ready to get that clock. They're trying to wind the clock, and their clock is going. So Toscano in the backfield with Morgan.
A little movement there on BG with no flag, though.
Hand off to Toscano, breaks a couple tackles, gets over the 20, gets close to the 15 before he's dragged down, but that's going to move the sticks. That's a first down.
Yeah, there was some movement there on the BG front, but the officials deemed it was not an encroachment, so they're going to let that play go, and Bedford gets the first down because of it. 1st and 10 on 17.
Clock starts up again with 11 minutes to go till the end of the game. Morgan waiting for the snap. Drops right back. Fires over the middle.
That was a screen setup.
Toscano breaks a couple tackles, gets 5 inside, gets the touchdown. Nice job. So Morgan faked to the left and then came back over the middle and hit a screen to Toscano, who went in with 10:56 to go in the game.
And you could see the play develop. You know, anytime you see the blockers let all those defenders in, they were just drawing them in, setting up the screen for Toscano. He had a wall of blockers, not that he needs them, and he just blew through and made it all the way to the end zone.
Lugatoni for the extra point, and that is good. So Bedford adds another point, and they're leading 52-20. So we're at a 32-point spread. And we just need either a field goal or a touchdown before we get into a running clock situation.
Here's the replay, or at least on the delay. Yeah, so you could see that play develop from the very start. They were just letting the BG rushers come after Thomas Morgan, and he just calmly waited for them and hit Toscano, and he did the rest. So just like that, 52-20. The Bulldogs up by 32 in this game. So an easy win, although as we noted, it's the most points that the Bedford defense has given up this season.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an easy win, but it's a comfortable lead, and they're going to win this game unless something really dramatic happens.
Go to 7-0, and like you said before, I'm 90% confident this win clinches the North.
The North, yeah, I think you're right, yeah, at 7-0.
It might well have clinched a #1 seed. Nashua North is 6-1, but Bedford has a tiebreaker, so it's basically a two-game lead.
BG with a good run back. It's 32, gets over Bedford territory. That's Lupo.
Lupo takes it all the way into Bedford territory. A great run, and he gets it down to the 42, 43-yard line. Or are they marking? Did say go out earlier than that? They might be marking him closer to the 50. We'll see what happens.
No, I think you had it.
They're going to say 46. It looked
46.
like he went down out at the 40, but they said he stepped out of bounds at the 46-yard line of Bedford. So a good drive start for BG. They've had excellent field position this entire game. They just haven't been able to move the ball as well as the Bulldogs have.
So BG looks like they're settled for their play, and they're going to come out with a 2-receiver set, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Bew in the backfield with Moses. Moses hands off to Bew, and Bew falls forward for maybe 2 yards.
That was a very slow developing play there. I don't think it really fools anybody when Moses freezes the handoff and waits there. The Bedford defenders just kind of wrapped him up. But they still managed to get some positive yardage out of that. 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line. Clock is ticking. We're down to 10:20 remaining in the game. Reading your fan mail, Mike?
Yeah, I don't know. We're getting all kinds of fan mail in the booth. Anyways, so Moses comes back, goes far side, throws downfield, and is caught. And that's going to move the sticks for BG.
So getting some positive plays here. Moving the ball, tried to prevent running time from kicking in here.
So BG now with a little momentum, moving the sticks. Clock is stopped with 10 minutes to go until game time. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. You in the backfield. Moses back to pass with time and underthrows his player.
Yeah, that was kind of an odd play. Moses took the ball and kind of squatted a little bit. I don't know if that was intended to kind of, I don't know, fool the Bedford defense into thinking something else was up. But he got up and threw the pass. He was way behind his intended receiver. So it's 2nd and 10 now at the 33.
BG taking their time, getting their plays in. Surprised the officials aren't nudging them along. Now they come to the line, ready to go. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Fake to the running back, fires, caught.
That was a great throw.
That's going to move the sticks.
That went to Hisco, and a great throw there by Moses, found him over the middle. And picked up another first down here. You know, Hisco's been, I'm sorry, not Hisco, but Moses. He's been quite efficient here since taking over for starting quarterback Joey DeSilva.
Yeah, we hope DeSilva's doing okay. They took him out of the game after that hit he took at the end of the first half. And I'm sure they're going through the concussion protocol and they're giving this kid a break. Rightly so.
But so far the offense is in decent hands. And
young Mr. Moses.
Yes.
Junior. Moses back, fires, far side, caught, out of bounds, gets about 7 yards.
I think that was Chris Bucci, number 9, with the reception.
So we got second
or was that
down.
Josh Larson? I think that was Josh Larson. I'm sorry about that.
So clock does stop. 9 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the game with Bedford leading 52-20.
And we're coming up on 3 hours of game so far.
Yeah, it's a little
ways to go. It's a slow mover.
It's dragging a little, Harry. I'm starting to lose my mojo here. BG gets the first down though, so
that was 22.
BG showing some life, moves the sticks.
Ryan Bew gets the ball all the way down to the 7-yard line. I think the cold is actually starting to stiffen your lips.
Well, I'm standing in front of an open window at 42 degrees.
We've got a injured Bedford player, number 51, is on the ground.
That looks like a cramp. So they're going to take time to attend to.
Number 51, that's Zach Barnard. And that's going to stop the clock some more while we enjoy this lovely weather.
So the medical staff is out there. The trainers are out there. They got great trainers here in Bedford. And
Chris's fingers are turning blue.
Chris's. And Bill Jennings is still in front of the heater in case people want to know what happened to Bill Jennings on the
he's
camera.
He's sitting in front of the space heater now, saying he did his time. He did his time. Now it's Chris's turn.
At least he had gloves.
And he's got gloves.
You came unprepared, Chris. What can I say? You got to come ready for anything. Yeah. Don't blame Bill.
Well, if Coach Trisciani Sr. was here, he'd be calling Bill's gloves mummy gloves, because when football players would have them on the field, that's what he would say. You were wearing mummy gloves.
Oh yeah, I like those.
So, anyways, they are attending to the Bedford player down, but it looks like maybe it's not a cramp, maybe it is, maybe it's an ankle, but he's fine. He's being attended to, and once they attend to him, they'll get him up and have him come off for at least one play. Under NHIAA rules, you must sit out a play if you're injured.
Let's go to my script here and
Yeah,
remind
let's go.
everybody.
What else you got, Harry?
Some filler
you've been doing
here.
Great.
What haven't we talked about yet? Oh, the golf team. Congratulating the varsity golf team on their state best total of 298 this past Thursday. That earned them their 5th straight championship in D1. Congratulations to a great season. And we had an update to that. C.G. Ledoux finishing 2nd in individuals, and Elliot Wallace finishing 4th today at Derryfield Golf Course, Derryfield Country Club. So another terrific season for the golf team. And Bedford Athletics would like to thank the Bedford Athletic Boosters. Their generosity, including youth programs. They'll be installing new stadium speakers here at BHS on October 19th. So next home game, you'll get much better sound.
Much better sound than what we can produce.
What they should do, they should put us on the speakers so everybody here in the stadium can enjoy our colorful calls.
Much better sound would be shutting our microphones off. That would be much better sound. Anyways, BG comes out after that injury timeout for the Bedford player. They come out, they're 1st and goal in the 7. 9 minutes to go and counting. Clock is going. Moses with Bew in the backfield. Man in motion. Moses looking to pitch, keeps it, falls forward for maybe 1 yard, maybe
About
2,
that.
inching closer. Going to bring up 3rd down.
That Bedford player, by the way, Zach Barnard, he came off. They had to help him off the field, and he was walking very gingerly, keeping the weight off his leg. It might have been a knee injury.
Lower leg, knee, ankle, but he did come off, so we wish him well.
So 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line here. See if BG can put some more points on the board here. 52-20 with 8:16 left to play. Bulldogs in the lead.
BG taking their time. They want to get the play right from Coach Triciani in the sidelines. And Moses takes a snap, falls back under a lot of pressure, throws it in the end zone, and incomplete.
Yeah, the Bulldogs came with the blitz that time, putting pressure on Moses. He had to get rid of the ball and was way off the mark for his intended receiver. What do we have here? It's going to be 3rd down. Or are they calling that flag? I know the clock has stopped on the incomplete pass. Zach Guertin, by the way, was the rusher who put pressure on Moses there on that play.
So it does look like it's 3rd and 5. BG's got their play. They're ready to go.
No, they gained 2 yards without on an incomplete pass. Interesting.
Ball on the 5. Moses back. Looks this side.
Throw.
Nice cut back pass to number 7 Callahan for the score. So I'll tell you, I'm impressed with this BG club who came in here with 1 win against the king of the hill, Bedford, who hadn't let up any points in how many quarters? 15 quarters. And now they've scored in 4 consecutive quarters here at the Bedford Bulldog Stadium.
That was very impressive, and that play was great too. Moses looked like he was throwing it to the corner, but
and they cut the score in half.
Yep, Callahan actually was cutting in, and here's the extra point is good.
And that's good. So BG cuts it in half, 52-27, and they're going to kick off to Bedford. So any hopes of having running time just went out the window with this gutsy performance by the BG team.
So a 5-yard passing play from Moses to Callahan, and it's 52-27. And again, that is the most points given up by a Bedford team this year, who had only given up 17 points so far, giving up 27 in 1 game, including points in every quarter.
I think that might be the headline.
I believe so. I think we have a national writer just down the way there. That's what he's writing.
Is that Tom King?
No, they didn't send Tom.
Too bad. Tom helped us out last week when we did the Nashville South game. Did a great job. Always like his insight.
Hey, it might be worth mentioning real quick. This game is, I didn't think we were going to reach 8 o'clock, but I think we're going to. At 8 o'clock, it's time for Songs from the Edge of the World.
Wow.
Hosted by Tim. Great show if you like kind of a spacier sound.
Edge of the World?
Is the Edge of the World.
Wow.
Music from the Edge of the World, or songs from the Edge of the World with Tim, your host, and he does a great job, puts together some really fine-sounding tunes, definitely tunes that you can kind of mellow out to.
And that's on WBNH LP Bedford 105.1.
Right, at every Saturday at 8 o'clock, and hopefully we won't be preempting him at all with this game.
Well, here we go. This is, I can't see with all the runners. I think that's 17 for Bedford, which is Donahue. Nice run back.
So they'll have the ball at the 37-yard line with 7:47 to play. We'll see if Morgan comes out there, or will we see Skilling coming in?
Yeah, Morgan is out.
And here comes Skilling.
Yeah, so Skilling's coming in. He's going to run the offense.
This has got to be great for him. He's getting some significant playing time in these games. I think he's come into almost every game.
And
getting a little time and actually racking up some stats. We don't have his stats, but he has actually been fairly effective in the time that he's played.
So Skilling waiting for the snap. Snap, hands off. And that's Grogan, I believe, 33, if I'm not mistaken, Harry.
Yep, and a pickup of about 4 yards there. Getting it all the way up to the 43-yard line. Should be second down, and they're going to call it 6.
So Bedford comes out. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Tight end. Skilling and Grogan. Hands off to Grogan. This side gets up to the 45, 50. Bowls into a bunch of BG players and gets the first down. Moves the. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, Grogan with the putting on some speed there in a sweep. Was able to find a seam, cut up, and he gains 7 yards, gets it to the 49-yard line of BG.
So
under 7 minutes to play now.
We do have an answer on Facebook on our trivia question. We have a few?
A few answers. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Skilling keeps the ball and gets by one block tackler and picks up a first down. 11-yard carry there by Skilling on a play that looked like it might have been a busted play at first. So first down for the Bulldogs. Skilling's with the carry.
So we have a couple of answers on Facebook. We're going to wait and see who the first answer comes in. So we want to thank everybody who's responded to our trivia question. The youngest Medal of Honor in the history of the United States Marine Corps.
And there's Axton. That was a handoff to Axton, and he found a seam and picked up big yardage there, get all the way down to the 15-yard line. Another first down for the Bulldogs, heading for another score. Sorry, Mike, were you going to give us the answer there?
No, we're not, because we want to make sure who the first person is who answers it. We don't know how many people have answered. We've seen a couple answers, and they all look promising. But, yeah, I think I will give it before the night's out.
Another handoff to Axton up the middle. Still moving. Picks up about 7 yards on the play. Gets it down to the 12 or 13-yard line. So they're going to give Axton 6 yards on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 4 from the 13.
.6:10 to go. Bedford leading 52-27. Back to pass. Down, caught. Number, I want to say that was 34, Harry. Did I get that right?
Trying to get number now. He gets up. It is
34.
number 34. Number 34 is Joseph Leary with the catch. First time we've called his name tonight.
Skilling to Leary. That's
good for first down. They're at the 7-yard line, so first and goal. So we're going to see if we can get the, I was going to say they can't, well, they wouldn't go for 2 points here. They can't quite break 60. They could try to do a 2-pointer, but I don't know if they'll do that. So we have a timeout.
Timeout, BG. So let's get back to that trivia question, because we've seen a couple of answers come in, and the question was, and this was a gentleman we had in the studios for my Warriors Defenders of Freedom show that I did starting in 2005. And we brought in the youngest Medal of Honor in the history of the Marine Corps, and his name was Jack Lucas. So whoever responded to Jack Lucas, congratulations. We're going to see who the first one was. Jack Lucas, after the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941, was so enraged at the age of 13, lied about his age, and with the help of a stepbrother or stepmother or stepfather, They swore that he was 17, which you had to be with parent permission. Went into the Marine Corps, and because he had military training, excelled at boot camp, Parris Island, and found himself February 19th landing with the 4th Marine Division at the Battle of Iwo Jima, where he got his Medal of Honor. So congratulations if you said Jack Lucas tonight, youngest recipient.
Skillings with the carry. He sweeps into the end zone, touchdown. Skillings for Bedford.
You know, we go back to that Jack Lucas story. We went down to Hattiesburg, Mississippi and interviewed him. Quite a character. Him and his lovely wife, Ruby, who hosted us. It was a lot of fun. So we're going to get back.
Yep, Skillings.
We'll get back to the game. Jennings is getting upset. We're going to get back to the game. No more history questions, he says. We'll have another one next week for you. Don't worry.
So Matty Lucantoni on for the extra point. The kick is up and it's good. And with 5:53 left to play, the Bulldogs add to their lead 59-27 over BG. So it's quite the scoring fest. If you took the over,
if you took the over, you won tonight.
You won.
You won, so.
But at least, you know, we've done a lot of games that have been very lopsided this season, and it's actually kind of fun to see the opponent put up a fight and put up scores, even though they're really not in any danger of winning the game or causing any concern to Bedford, but they are putting points up, and the backup quarterback, Moses, has actually been quite effective since taking over and putting up, I believe, 20 points in the... No, actually put up 14 points in the second half, but he did get 6 points at the end of the first.
So we got Lupo and Callahan back deep for BG. Got a host of Bedford Bulldog players, JV players in. So kicks away. Back to BG, gets it to the 30, cuts up, brought down to about the 32-yard line.
And that is Lupo with the return. Carries it for about 15 yards. So despite giving up 59 points, BG has avoided run time. Yes. By putting up 27 of their own.
Yeah.
We'll see if they can respond to the latest Bedford score and add to their point total.
We've got just under 6 minutes here. 5:48 to go in the game. On homecoming weekend here at Bedford Bulldog Stadium.
And a wonderful homecoming it was. Pretty good crowd out there, braving the cold.
Moses hands off to Bew. Bew up the middle, and he gets
about 2 yards.
Knocked back after a couple yards.
Yeah, no, we're complaining about being cold in here, and we're indoors. We have 1,000 fans out there braving the cold
Harry,
on the outside.
Great point, because you got the band in front of us.
Yeah.
They're not indoors.
Yeah, you know, and having a daughter who played flute in the West High band, you know,
so
she told me what it's like holding a metal instrument in cold weather. she played at a Sub-Zero Turkey Bowl game at Gill Stadium.
I think I was there. BG with the carry, close to first down. Was it against Central?
Yes, it was. It was a West Central game, and the West High band was there, and she played the flute, and it was below zero. I think it was -2. And they still had, she had to put her lips to that freezing cold flute.
Wow.
You know, they tell you not to put your tongue on a cold pipe.
Yeah.
Well, she had no choice. She had to play that flute.
Good for her. Good for her. I think I remember that game. That was cold. Man in motion, low snap. Moses picks it up, falls forward for maybe a gain of 1 yard.
So it's still going to be short of first down. They're going to call it fourth and they're going to be fourth and two. 4:25 left to play, and they're going to go for it here. Clock still running, 4:20.
How much you think they're going to go for? Or are they going to do a little quick kick here?
Oh, at this point, really, they're going to go for it.
The problem is, well, I shouldn't say this again. It's really taking knee time for Bedford. They really, but that's not how they roll. So, anyways, just under 4 minutes. BG again methodical, getting that play from the sidelines.
Yeah, they're certainly in no hurry to get this snap off, but at least the clock is running, and now they're going to call timeout.
Yeah, looks like they're going to grab their. So they got one timeout left. So
yep,
Coach Trisciani wants to talk it over without getting a penalty. Deep in their own territory, but they're in their own territory at the 35-yard line.
Let's do a quick recap of the scoring plays in the second half here so that we don't have to do them at the end of the game.
Oh, very good, Harry.
85-yard touchdown kickoff return by Michael Axton started the second half. And that made it 38-13. Then Ryan Toscano, 2-yard touchdown run with 8:01 remaining in the third, 45-13. It was Morgan to Baker for a 2-yard touchdown pass, 45-20. BG scoring there. Then Morgan, a pass to a pass to Toscano. That was his fourth touchdown of the game.
Hisco is back to punt.
17-yard touchdown pass made it 52-20.
Punts away. Not a big punt, not a long punt. Takes a Bedford roll, goes backwards, and Bedford's going to take over in the BG territory. That was around the 42-yard line.
That was such a squirrely punt that it almost hit a Bedford player on the way back. Yeah, so it almost worked out to their favor. Then finally, the last play there, Skilling with a 7-yard. Skilling with a. Actually, this is a BG score. It was actually Moses to number 7, Callahan, 5-yard throw made it 52-27. And then it was Skilling with a 5-yard touchdown run just a little while ago. It made it 59-27. And now here we go with 3:41 to play, and the Bulldogs with possession, and Skilling in the shotgun. He's got Axton next to him. A low snap, handed off to Grogan, actually. He moves forward and picks up no gain. So maybe they'll give him 1 yard. We'll see what happens there. Yep, they'll give him the yard. So we'll make it 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line. Clock ticking down, 3:25. Bulldogs hurrying up. Skilling is back. There's 4 receivers, 2 on either side. And Grogan to his side. I doubt they're going to be throwing here. They give it to Grogan. The sweep. Gets by the first round of tacklers, manages to pick up about 4 yards, gets it down to the 37-yard line where it will be 3rd down and 4, and the clock is under 3 minutes to play here.
Just trying to get some numbers of some of these Bedford players. Number 34 is out there. Joe Leary, 18. Alexander Zwickau.
Yes. And a handoff to Axton. He cuts to his left, finds an opening, has some blockers in front of him. He turns the corner. He's heading for the end zone, but he gets pulled down at about the 15-yard line. Great run there by Mike Axton, putting on the Jets after he turned the corner there. First down, Bedford. They're all the way down to the 15-yard line with a 1st and 10. 2:32 left to play.
Christopher Gately's out there, number 73. Number 71, Michael, help me with that last name. Kubicki. He's out there trying to get as many numbers as we can for the people that are out there.
Skilling hands it off, although this time they're waiting for him. Axton is pulled down behind the line of scrimmage. So actually, it's going to be no gain. I incorrectly identified the 15 as the line of scrimmage. It was actually the 20, so the run by Axton is going to be no gain. So it's 2nd and 10. We're approaching 2 minutes remaining here in the game.
Ethan Van Herden, am I doing that right? Number 14, he's out there?
No. Yes, Heerden, yes, that is correct.
He's out there. Trying to get as many of these numbers out there so that
get their airtime in,
Just get their airtime. You know, this is all about airtime now, and just trying to see.
2 receivers on each side, 4 receivers total. Axton in the backfield, shotgun for Skillings. He hands it off to... He fakes it to Axton. Skilling keeps it, goes around the corner. 1st down yardage and out at about the 4-yard line.
Sam Lacombe's out there, 61, 62. Drake. You have to help me with that last name there, Harry.
Tompkinson,
thank you.
They're going to call him out at the 8-yard line, or the 9. They're going to...
Now
It's
this
the 9-yard line. It's the first and goal with the 9-yard line,
Yeah,
138 to play.
you know what? So now Coach Stank, he's doing the right thing. He's going to take a knee inside the 10. He didn't do that last week. He get a little criticism from the crew, rightly so. This week,
you don't think he's going to try to post the 60 on here?
No.
The big 6-0?
No way. No, those are all knee plays right here. What do they call that? Victory formation?
The victory formation. Well, we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll fake the victory and run it in.
No.
And run the score up to
No. That's
66 to 27 or something like that.
I will.
No, it looks like they're the way they're wrapped around Skilling.
I will eat my winter hat, which is going to be a tough thing to do if he does that.
No, they're definitely taking the knee here. You're
no
right.
question. I think last week he may have heard the criticism coming from Nashua South. They ran a play when they shouldn't have, and now they got down inside the 10 and they're going to take a knee. Right thing to do, smart thing to do, classy thing to do, and Bedford's going to come away on their homecoming weekend with a 59-27 win over visiting BG here at Bedford Bulldog Stadium.
And our hats off to the Cardinals, who posted the most points on this Bedford defense that any team has posted. I mean, by far, the most that Bedford has given up this year to any team has been 7 points. And here they gave up 27 to the Cardinals. So another kneel. And that is going to do it. The clock is ticking away 15 seconds. But the players congratulate each other and start heading for the sidelines. We have a victory. The Bulldogs are now 7-0. And we're fairly confident that this not only cinches a playoff berth for the Bulldogs, but it also clinches first in the North Conference. And a home game, if not 2 home games, in the playoffs. So the clock has hit 0. The final 59-27 Bulldogs over BG.
We want to reach out and hopefully say a few words to the De Silva family. We hope your young football player is better, and we hope he comes back and we see him on the field next week. Gutsy performance by the BG Cardinals. They came in here clearly an underdog, but did something no other team's ever done all year by putting 4 consecutive scores in 4 consecutive quarters. Never done. Bedford's never given up 27 points this year, and BG put it on the table tonight. So
hats off to
them
for a great effort there. So let's thank everybody who are watching BCTV 23, listening to WBNH 105.1. Well, we're going to say good night from here.
Harry, good
everybody.
job. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Mike Robinson for Harry, and Chris Gentry and Bill Jennings are going to sign off at Bulldog Stadium. Final score: Bedford 59, BG 27.